just want you to do me a huge favor, because this is a serious moment for me, and what makes this moment serious for me is that I'm sitting in a room of people who have the ability to make their dreams become a reality. And we live at a time and live in a country where we can make that dream a reality. And you have to understand that there are times that I speak, for instance, in prisons, and I'm talking to individuals who will spend the rest of their lives in prison, and they don't have options. They don't have a lot of choice. That what I do when I come in is I provide a sense of hope, and I provide some inspiration, but I'm not able to help them to bring about the change that they want to see happen. And I'm so excited to be in this room because the words that I say in this moment can fuel the rest of your life, right? So I'm so excited. Like, that for me, this isn't I won't ask you for anything over the next hour other than the things that are going to take you to the next level. But I'm excited because when I leave, I literally have, we may never see each other again, but I have the ability when you walk out of this room to make you operate in a way you've never operated before. And once you do that, because I know if you're in this room, I know there's something special about you, that once you leave this room and you go from 70 to 120%, there are gonna be some things that happen in your life that didn't happen before, not because you didn't have the ability. So this is not an ability room. Like, this is not, we're not talking about ability, we're talking about activating this greatness that's in us. Your abilities are your abilities. I'm not gonna be able to today, I'm not gonna be able to help you to do anything that you do better. Like, I'm not gonna be able to give you a gift that you don't have. But what I will be able to do is help you today operate in a way you've never operated before, right? I will help you to operate in a way you've never operated before. I'm gonna help you to do some things that you've never done in your life before, and as a result, you're gonna be able to go to a whole new level. So we have to start here. We have to start here. Just write down those things, 1 or 2 or 3 things that you have to desperately get done before this year ends. It's desperation. I don't have a choice. I don't have an option. You got to get that done. Got it. Like, I just want you. And I'm not talking about stuff that's kind of important. I'm talking about the stuff that has got it. The ball's dropping and you can't keep talking about it. Like, you will not be able to rest if you didn't get this done. I want you to write that down. I want you to write that. That's where we're starting. I want you to write that down. E.T., like, I gotta get this done, E. Like, E, this is no option. This is not like a vacation. This is not, just making a couple more dollars for the sake of buying a car, a house. Like, E, this is some life and death stuff, E. Like, this is some change the trajectory of my life stuff, E. This is like, it's gonna put me in a place like where I'm just gonna be able to get to that place that I've been trying to get to. I want you to write that down. And it was, look guys, I'm being honest, it was like random. It was like just totally random. It was out of nowhere. It was the Christmas holiday, and Carl, our videographer, had his family over, and we live around, at that time we lived around the corner from each other. Now we live on the same block. Random, right? Christmas was over, we're just going to the house, just eating dinner. It just was a random night. And somehow we got to talking, and Carl's wife is from Barbados and she didn't have citizenship. So unfortunately, she was in the States without citizenship, and so she had to stay in school in order to eventually get her citizenship. So she did her master's degree, she was in her PhD, and it was weird. It was just like, yo, E.T., I don't know how it happened, but it was like, yo, E.T., my wife is going to get her degree before you get yours. Right? I'm an American citizen. Like, I'd already been in the program for a few years, and it was, I don't know, but have you ever heard, like, when it's your time, like, it's that moment, it's like, enough is enough. I can't tell you. People have asked me before, Eric, when you get your PhD? I'm like, I'll get it done. E.T., how far are you in the process? Finish all my coursework. I just got to write the dissertation. But it was something about that night that was different. It was almost the end of the year. And I remember Carl, listen to me very closely, guys, I'm being real with you. I didn't even have a conversation with Carl. Like, we never even talked about it afterwards. I never said anything to him about it, but I felt this guilt. I felt like this embarrassment. Like, and for real, he wasn't like speaking directly to me. He was just saying, you know, hey, E, I think my wife's probably gonna finish her degree before you finish yours. And I'm talking about like it pierced. And I just remember like we were talking afterwards and I didn't hear anything. Like, bro, have you ever been in a conversation and it just shifts and somebody's talking to you and like you can't hear the words that are coming out of their mouth? I didn't hear anything he said. I just kept it like, E, when are you gonna get this done, E? Like, yo, E, are you ever going to finish this? And it's not about a degree, but are you ever going to finish this? Like, are you going to get it done? And I remember excusing myself, like, all right, Carl, hey, great time. Love you guys, gotta go, gotta get up in the morning. And I'm telling you guys, it's not even a 5-minute walk and it felt like an hour. All I could think about when I was going home was like, enough is enough. Like, I'm through. I'm gonna get this done. Okay, just help me out. You're in the room. You ever had that enough is enough moment? Raise your hand for me. You had that enough is enough moment, right? So I need you to be there. Like the next 30, 40 minutes, I need you in that space. That enough is enough. I'm not dumb, like I can get a PhD, has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with the fact that I just didn't say, all right, this is the year, right? And so that thing you wrote down, I need you to do me a huge favor. I don't know if you have a pen or a piece of paper. I don't even know if you can do this on your phone, but I want you to kind of put a year next to that for me. Put a year. I want you to just put a year on that for me. Like, don't make up, like, don't do it for me. Just a real number. Just give me like a real solid number, right? And I remember saying to myself, like, yo, if we come back next year for Christmas and your family's here, I remember saying to myself, we come back this time next year, I'm gonna be Dr. Thomas. We come back to your house next year. As a matter of fact, I will pay for your parents to come. Like, I want to reinvent this whole like scenario again next year. Like, I want everybody here. Let's do the same meal. Let's sing the same songs. Let's Twilight Zone this thing out. I want it to be exactly like it was, except for this time, I want you to say Dr. Thomas. Like, this is going on in my mind. I'm not having a conversation with anybody. And I'm saying, like, this is it, guys. This is it. And so I put a date on it. I put a date. I said 2015. 2015, we're not going to have this conversation. 2015, this time next year, I'm finished. It's done, right? Good. So now I need you to do me a favor. I need you to put a month next to it. Yeah, I need you to put a month next to it now. You got January all the way to December. I need you to put a month on it for me. Give me a month. Yeah, I need you to put a month on it for me, right? Right now, as you're writing the month down, what I want you to think about is, okay, so write this down too. I'm sorry. I know you came to listen, not do a lot of writing. I apologize, but I really need this. I really need this. I really need this. I really need this. I need you to write down 3 people you love next to those goals. 3 people you love. Just 3 people. Right? Give me the name. Write the names down. I don't put son, mom, or give it to me, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me, right? Write their names down. Now, this is what I need you to think about. What I need you to think about is how this goal or these goals will revolutionize their lives. Like, I really want you to think about, okay, you can do this later. When you get home, you can do this later, but I want you to write down for each one of them, give me 3 ways. Please do this when you get home. If you really love them, like you say you love them, when you get home, I need you to write their names down, and I need you to write down when you get to this place, when you finally make this thing happen, how is it going to empower them? How is it going to change their life? And all I can think about is, wow, if I get this PhD, like I can just like change the zeros. Like, I just remember thinking like there were doors that were closed to me in the United States of America, right? Because of the nationality that I come from or the part of town that I come from. And I specifically remember people picking other people over me for speaking engagements that weren't as good as I was. I remember people using the excuse of you're not qualified enough. And I remember the PhD, we're gonna solve all of that. Like, no more ET ain't qualified, no more like we're gonna pick this bird over this bird. Like, no, this PhD is going to open doors for me that were once closed, which means it's gonna open doors for my daughter, which means it's gonna open doors for my wife, which means it's gonna open doors for my mother, which means it's gonna open doors for CJ, which means it's gonna open doors for Carl. And so every day when I woke up, I remembered the people that this degree would affect. And so the days I did not feel like studying, the days I did not feel like writing, the days I wanted to sleep on the plane, I thought about CJ and his family. I thought about Carl and his family. And I said, E.T., keep going. Listen to me very closely. The reason why you stop and start, and you stop and you start, and you stop and you start, is because the goal is not meaningful enough. There's something about the goal that if you quit, it's not going to hurt nobody. If you quit, it's not going to change nothing. If you quit, it's not that deep. Look, this is what I need you to do. So immediately when I left that house and I made up in my mind that I was going to get the PhD, I remember immediately doing a TGIM saying, all right, it's over. It's over. A year from now, I will be Dr. Thomas. And I just didn't speak it into the atmosphere. I spoke it to people who would hold me accountable. Write it down. Write it down. Who's going to hold you accountable? Who's going to hold you accountable? Who's that person? Who's that person? And some of you have been a part of the real estate program. Some of you just come to hear me. When you leave, I need you to call that person, that guy, that young lady, that mother or that father. Like, I need you to call that person and say, yo, I got to do these 3 things before this month and before, yep. And this is who I'm doing it for, and this is why I'm. So just somebody real quick over here, because we gotta make this real. Somebody over here real quick, we gotta make this real. Somebody tell me who's that person you're calling over here. Who's that person you're calling? Who's that person that on this side, that person who's gonna hold you accountable? Who's that person? You've identified that person. I need you to raise your hand for me. Tell me who that person is. Yes, sir, who's that person? Good, good. Look, I need you to hear me. Here's the last step and we move it forward. The last step is I need you to identify that person. And I identified that person. After I went on YouTube and said, hey, guys, I'm marching. Matter of fact, I turned it into an event. Listen to me very closely. I rented out a space. I put the deposit down. I tasted the food, like we did a tasting. I decided what food we were going to eat. The linen, we had to decide what linen. This is 8 months before I even graduated. I'll never forget, one of the professors came to me and said, E.T., there's a lot of paperwork to fill out. We got about 2 or 3 months left, but I'm just going to be honest with you. You waited on some things because you weren't in school, and now you're back, but I just don't think you're going to be able to make it happen. And I laughed. I chuckled. She said, no, I'm serious. There's a format, and there's a way, and there's some, and you didn't, and it takes this month for this long, 30 days for this, 6 weeks for that, and you just didn't put your paperwork in time. And I said, ma'am, I'm sorry, but you don't get it. I called my grandma and told my grandma I was graduating. Like, no, I'm being serious. Like, I called my grandma, and my grandma said, baby, you know I'm on a fixed income. So if I buy this ticket, grandma can't get her money back. I said, ma'am, I told my grandma that I was graduating, and my grandma already called her hairstylist and told her how she wanted her hair to look. Grandma went out and bought a dress. My grandma bought a dress for the graduation. And you got to hear what I'm saying, because you're listening to me, but you're not listening to me. Listen to what I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm being real with y'all. My biological father wasn't in my life. Hear what I'm saying? My mother hid from me who my biological father was, yet my grandmother's always been in my life. That don't go together. My grandmother said to my mother, if you want to hide the identity of his father, that's cool, but you can't take my grandson from me. And so ever since I've been a kid, my grandma been to everything. She's never missed anything. And when my grandma called, she said, you better make sure you graduate, baby, because I'm coming. And so what I'm trying to tell you is, I didn't get the degree to get the degree. I got the degree because I called my grandma. I'm trying to tell you the reason why you're not doing it is not because you don't have what it takes to do it, not because you don't have the ability to do it, but whatever it is you say you're going to do, the meaning is not strong enough. Somehow the meaning is not strong enough. You've not put enough value in it. You don't have enough skin in it. You played around with it so much that you don't have nothing to lose if you don't do it. What I'm telling you is you got to create the type of scenarios, not the goal, the type of scenarios that if it doesn't work, you lose everything. And because you cannot lose everything, you got to make it happen. Glenn came all the way from Australia. You can't plan your graduation in 2 weeks. You can't buy a ticket from Australia and then call somebody and say, Glenn, it's not gonna happen now. Was that a refundable? Did you get a refundable ticket? So I need you to put some value, because if you put 120% value in it, 120% meaning in it, and you get 120% accountability on it, every single goal you write down is gonna happen. Because you got that thing in your eye. When Mike would look at you, that was it. The fight was over. Before you get out there, before you suit up, the fight starts within here. This is where it starts. If it ain't in here, it don't go out there. And Mike would look at you in your eyes before the fight started. Mike would look at you in your eye and tell you it's a wrap. And George Foreman admits that he gave Muhammad Ali everything he had. Muhammad Ali grabbed him and pulled him to him. Old man hadn't fought in years, hurt. And Muhammad Ali pulled him to him and said, "Was that all you got?" And George Foreman said when he heard the words, that all you got, it penetrated his spirit. And said, "I done gave my man everything I got. I can't seem to knock him down." Muhammad Ali said when he said that to him, he looked into the pupils of his eyes, and he said at that point, he knew George Foreman had lost. Lay hold of it. You lay hold of it. And when that thing tells you to quit, you look at it in his eye and say, "I ain't going nowhere. I will break you before you break me. You will not defeat me. You will not destroy me." Some of you are so ignorant. You've been through so much hell. You gonna quit now? You should have quit 10 years ago when he walked out on you. You should have been quit. You don't quit now. It's the 10th round. You got 2 more to go. And when you get to success, it's not about skill. When you get to a certain level of success, it's about stamina. It's about stamina. It's about you won't break me. You can't take me. I fought too long. I fought too hard. If I was going to quit Satan, you should have got me a 17 homies. Y'all thinking it's about talent. It's not. It's about taking the gift you got and laying hold of it. Have you ever laid hold of something? This is the essence of who I am. This is my spirit. This is my character. This ain't no job. Why you treat it like a job? It's your calling. You need to stop being inspired and you need to start inspiring. I don't know who you are, but you know you fiend out. You watched enough videos. No more video ain't gonna do nothing for you. Action is gonna do something for you now. Do you know why I didn't blow up the first time, but when I met CJ and the crew, why I blew up the second time? I told you I started this when I was in college. I didn't start when I got with CJ. I've been doing this. Why didn't I blow up the first time and I blew up the second time? CJ said the reason why a lot of us are not there, because we don't what? Respect. Listen to what he said. Respect. Why didn't I blow up with the first crew, but I blew up with the second crew? He said respect. What does that mean? What was the difference in terms of respect with the first crew and the second crew? Now let me give it to you. We went to college together. We was homies. We was homies. They looked at me like, "Oh, that's E. That's our boy E. We ate ramen noodles with E. We don't gotta listen to E. Whatever E tell." Not they weren't being disrespectful, but it was my boys. They're like, "That's just ET." We've been knowing E from when I got with CJ. Them they 10, 12 years younger than me. It was a different level of respect. And because they respect, you got to understand something. He said the word respect. When it is not the thing that blows you up. It is the relationship you have to the thing that blows you up. So when you have a certain level of honor, when something is sacred to you, you treat it differently. Whether you know it or not, when it's sacred to you, you handle it differently. And so because CJ looked at me like, "Whoa, E's older. Whoa, E been speaking. Oh, E did that. Okay, bet." Like you see, say it all the time. He might be like, he was a 3, whatever. He might tease, but
Ain't nobody on the squad is as sacred when it comes to me and what I do than C. There's a sacredness there. Now he joked, but he don't be playing when it comes to me and the work. My boys, we were too close. I got boys now, I'm not lying. I got boys that's now in the organization, right? It's like they in game changers. My boys in game changers. I'm like, you in game changers? Yeah, why? Man, we gotta get with C. See, 12 years younger than them, but it's a different level of respect. They didn't respect me back in the day, but now they're like, whoa, E killing it. Yo, C, I'm talking about they in like multiple things. Your problem is, seriously, the level of where you are, it is based on your respect level. So when I speak the way I speak, who was it? Digital, who just passed? Did you see the one he did where he talked about when Snoop raps, it's like Dr. Martin Luther King. Yup. You know, Pop is like this, and Biggie is like this, and he was breaking everybody down. I was like, yo, that's why I'm one of the best in the world to do this. Because I don't do it for me. I do it like, yo, like y'all gotta see, like when I wake up in the morning, y'all gotta see this. I'm literally like this when I wake up as a speaker. I'm like, Martin Luther King, got it. Malcolm, got it. Garvey, got it. Sojourner Truth, got it. Harriet Tubman, got it. I'm that spirit that you saw in Family Lou Hammond in the 60s, that spirit, Huey Newton, Bobby Seale, that spirit you saw in the city, I'm that spirit in 2020. It's the same spirit. It's just embodied in a different human. I'm that same king. That's why they call me E.T. the hip hop priest. You feel it. That's the respect. I ain't doing this for money. I'm doing this because of my ancestors. I ain't doing this for money. I'm doing this because of the struggle. I ain't doing this for money. I'm like, he said it, I have a dream. We on the fourth leg of that dream. Folks going to jail now for shooting us. That wasn't happening 30, 40 years ago. I'm on that leg now. And so when I grab it, there's a certain level of honor and respect I have for it. So I ain't worried about no little kid who talking about, I'm about to take your spot so he could get a Bentley. A Bentley? You don't respect our ancestors if you're doing this for a car. They sell cars. You doing this for a house? They sell houses. They don't sell Martin Luther King's spirit. They don't sell Rosa's spirit. That's a level of respect. That's a level of honor. And you didn't hear what he said. You don't respect your craft. And you know how you don't respect it? Because you're looking at somebody else's. I dare somebody compare me to, I dare you. We ain't even in the same category. Do you know who Martin Luther King was? It ain't even the same category. They motivational speakers. I dare you to put me in the same category. We ain't even in the same. I got ancestors on my back. I got the future on my back. I ain't no doggone motivational speaker. I ain't no inspirational speaker. I'm trying to do something for people. I would never go, oh, so-and-so was in a private jet. A private jet? I see you in the middle school. I see you in the elementary school. I'm doing something different than what you're doing. I ain't disrespecting what you're doing, but I'm not gonna sit here and compare myself. Somebody say all the time, E.T., we don't see, E.T., where you at? What do they call that? See, we don't see we don't see enough behind the scenes. Behind the scenes? I don't come from privilege. You can show what's going on behind the scenes. I ain't got time for behind my scene. We got kids being shot and killed. Not just by the police, we got kids being shot by our own people. I don't got time to be showing you what me and Diddy eating on the weekend. It's not that we're not eating. It's not that we're not, you know what I'm saying? It's not that we're not enjoying ourselves. I got time to be showing you that. I got my people, just 7-year-old shot, McDonald's, 7-year-old. You're going to McDonald's to get a plate. Come on, imagine that. We got bigger fish to fry. You don't think I could be on that stuff? You don't think I could be on TV? Good Morning America? But I'm on Zoom talking to some kids that don't want to get up and go to school. Why? Because I respect this craft. I respect this craft. And I respect the people who came before me. And it wasn't about money for them. Oh, and we're gonna make as much as we can before we get out of here. But we're not gonna be on TV showing you the new Cadillac that just came in. I just got a new Cadillac. Thank you, Tommy. He got that sucker tricked out too. Tommy got that joke. Everybody in the city like, what is that? I was like, I don't know, call Tommy. I don't know exactly what it is. But notice, when it came off the truck, I didn't go, FaceTime Live, Cadillac, 2021. I didn't get it and do a video. You know what I'm saying? Get it like, yo, what's up? It's your boy E.T. I gotta thank God it's Monday. Hold on, turn around so you can get the panel, the digital panel. Am I mad at the people that do what they do? No, but I don't judge myself according to them. They have a work to do and I have a work. That's why I say you don't respect what you do, because you're looking at what you do based on what somebody else does. And you valuing your relationship on their relationship. You don't know what's going on in their... I don't expect nobody to treat their wife the way I treat them. I was homeless. Everybody was homeless when they got married. There's some stuff that she did for me. You comparing, and it's killing you. That's why I honor what CJ said. Respect, not only small, respect where you are. Respect where you are. Respect what you have. Respect the people that are in your life.
You can write everything down if you want to. Be brave enough to write every one of your goals down. But I'm going to tell you something. Life's going to hit you in your mouth, and you got to do me a huge favor. Your why has to be greater than that knockdown. And I love it. Buster Douglas got knocked out. Nobody ever got knocked out by Mike Tyson and ever got back up. It was almost a 10 count. He was stumbling. They were 4, 3, 2, 1, and ding, 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 saved by the bell. He goes to his corner. The whole world is like, yep, that's it. Once he comes back out, that's it. Mike's gonna just hammer him. And exactly that. Mike Tyson came out like, I got him. I got this kid up against the rope. Listen to me, many of you right now, life's got you up against the rope. You can't give up. You can't give in. Listen to me, if it was easy, everybody would do it. And if life's got you backed up, I need you to do what Buster Douglas did. Buster Douglas started fighting back. The world was shocked. Goliath has been knocked down. What happened? And they went to Buster Douglas and they asked Buster Douglas simply like, what happened? And Buster Douglas said, listen to me, it's real simple. Before my mother died, she told the whole world that I was going to beat Mike Tyson. And 2 days before the fight, my mother died. Buster Douglas had a decision to make. When his mother died, he could die with his mother, or he made a decision, I can wake up and I can live for mom. And he knocked Mike Tyson out simply because his why was greater than that punch. His why was greater than defeat. His why was greater than his trial and his tribulation. And I'm telling you, if you don't know what your why is and your why isn't strong, you're going to get knocked out every single day.
Are you hearing what I'm saying? You better go inside. You still looking outside for the stuff that's already inside. You still looking for someone to save you when you already your superhero. You looking for some information from somebody when you already got what you need in your head. It's just time for you to get up and be the best version of you. It's not an option. And the reason why some of you are not where you're supposed to be, you've given yourself an option. You've given yourself an out. You've given yourself an excuse. You've given yourself room not to do it. I'm not speaking no more to entertain. I'm not speaking to help people. I'm speaking so my girl never have to go back to work again. I'm speaking so that the MS don't kill her. I got a different drive. I got a different why. I got to make this $1.8 million so my girl can quit for the rest of her life. I'm taking all gigs. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And the problem with some of you in this room, you don't have no drive. You ain't got nothing pushing you. You ain't got no reason for waking up in the morning. You ain't got no reason for pushing past that pain. You have no reason. You better find one before you get out of here today.
So we're going to be very intentional and deliberate. right? There's some stuff we're gonna do every Monday, every Tuesday, every Wednesday, every Thursday, every Friday, every Saturday, every Sunday. We're gonna be very intentional and deliberate, and we're not gonna let success happen to us. We're gonna go take it. We're gonna go create it. We're gonna make up something that never existed before. I don't know, and maybe you guys know more than I do, but I don't know any motivational speaker in the world with a baseball hat and a pair of Yeezys. I don't know with the blue jeans on. I don't know the guy with the shorts and the t-shirt. Last time I checked, they all had on a nice white shirt with a nice blazer, right? And they all had a certain look. We made something that didn't exist before. We created it. We call it the hip hop preacher. We made it up and we made it popular. As a matter of fact, if you go online now, there are many sources that would say we're where in the world, CJ? #1 in the world. We made it up. So if it doesn't exist, don't worry. Make it up. No, I'm being honest. You think I'm playing? Just make it up. I'm a college graduate with a PhD. Never happened in my family before. I made it up. Nobody in my family has ever written books. We just made it up. CJ is a graduate. Candace is a graduate. Carl is a graduate. Tamisha is a graduate. We just made it up. And we are in New Zealand. Let me tell you something. Most people that I grew up with will never see this. They'll never see this place. We've been all over the world. So look, you can make it up. You have within you the ability not to be a copycat. You have an ability to go to an industry and change that industry forever. It's in you, and that's why you're in this room, and that's why I'm challenging you when you walk out of this room. Anybody see the St. Louis video I did where I was going off on this kid at a high school? Anybody raise your hand? I just want to see a couple people who saw that. Hands down, watch this guy. People ask me, John, why would you do that? I said, because I loved him. And I saw greatness in him. And if you love somebody and you see greatness in them, you can't let them walk out and stay the same. So I'm challenging you today because greatness is in you and I need you to activate it. All right, so before I go to my last 2 slides, this is gonna be painful for some of you, but I need you to think about what I'm gonna say and I want you to be honest. Nobody's watching. I'm not collecting this. I want you to be honest. The highest scale is 120%, and people ask me, E.T., why not 100? Because 100% means that you do exactly what they tell you to do, and you do it very well. 120% means you know the benchmarks, you reach the benchmarks with greatness, and then you create your own benchmarks. That's 120. So on a scale, being 120 is the highest. When you say, E.T., in terms of my life, in terms of being intentional, in terms of going at it, in terms of creating what does not exist, in terms of waking up every day and boom, making the most of every day, I can honestly say I'm at 120%. I'm giving everything I have. I don't have anything else left. You're giving 120. I just want you to raise your hand. I'm giving 100. I don't have nothing else left. E.T., I'm giving 90%. I'm giving about 90% effort right now. Okay, 80%, raise your hand. I'm giving about 80% effort. Good, write it down, write it down. I know me and I know what I'm capable of. I'm probably giving 70% effort. Let me see your hand, 70% effort, good. Hands down, 60%, write down the number. 60%, good, good. 50%, I know me. I'm probably giving 50%. Let me tell you something. New Zealand Air, is it New Zealand Airlines? Is that what it is? Let me tell y'all something. We were in England and we flew to Poland and somebody put us on EasyJet. And when I saw the airplane, I said, something's wrong. This is crayons. Somebody used crayons. Right? It's like 4 colors. I'm like, there's something wrong with this, right? Never been on it before, but it looks average. We had to walk and go down and walk like a mile to get on the plane. I'm like, okay, something's wrong. We're walking a mile 0.5. This is. I could have jogged this. We started walking in. I saw the seats. I saw the way the people were, and I was like, unbelievable. One girl had like on a blue hookup. Another one had on an orange. My man had on like lime green. Like nobody was matching. I was like, this is average. I'll be honest with y'all, we fly Virgin, and so the Virgin told us all the flights are gone, you guys are gonna be on New Zealand Air. I'd never been on New Zealand Air before in my life. I asked a lady, I was like, are they good? Like y'all switching with them, like y'all, I bought from Virgin. Y'all switching with are we good? She's like, are you gonna be fine? So we walked up to the counter. All of them had on the same exact outfit. I was like, whoa. They looking, I told her, I said, you looking good, right? Everybody was friendly. Right? Everybody's like that family atmosphere. Matter of fact, we had a little challenge and we didn't know what our flight was. She's like, don't worry about it, I'll take care of it. I'll call Virgin for you. She called my man at Virgin. He walked over and brought our returning tickets. I was like, yes. We get on the plane. I'm like, ooh, do they lay down? I'm like, we about to lay down to go there? Wow. TVs popped out, but the boom, TV. I'm like, wow. I couldn't sit down. What you like, champagne, apple juice, orange juice? I was just like, can I have everything? It was like, no, pick one. I was like, oh, I'll take the orange juice then. I'm talking about, man, we had a conversation. I don't remember the young lady's name, but we had a conversation with her for about 25 minutes. I was like, can you do that? Don't you have a job? We were in the air. And she just was, and where are you from? And you do what? And it's not your first time. She said, how many restaurants did she tell us about? See, about 6. The Grill, you remember any other ones that were on there? That's just a whole bunch of restaurants. I'm talking about, I didn't want to get off. When we landed, I was this. He was like, I'm like, I'm good. I'm like, I hope when we go back, they cancel Virgin. Because I don't want to fly Virgin no more. I want New Zealand Air. I mean, it was an incredible experience. 120%. 120%. I went in the bathroom, guys. The bathroom had a window. I was like, I love it. Look, I went back. I didn't even use the bathroom. I went back and grabbed my phone and went in there and did a video. I was like, all right, y'all, first time, you're not gonna believe this. Okay, you see that? And then they had, what was the little decorative thing they had in the, was it like it was a towel made like what was it? What's that again? Yeah, there we go, origami. He's smarter than I am, right? I didn't know the name for it, right? And it's right, I'm saying, what? Like a cruise ship, it's right there. And so I'm in the bathroom videoing. I forgot to use the bathroom, right? I was so excited. That's 120. And can I tell you the truth? I hate when people give 70%, but they want the life of somebody that's giving 120%. I challenge you, your life is where it is because of the percentage that you're giving. That's why I get up at 2 o'clock in the morning. Why? Because I'm 120 and I'm living the 120 experience. All right, so let's get out of here. All right, real quick, I gotta go. All right, so what's your routine? I need you to have a routine. I want you to get up at the same time every day for the rest of your natural life or earlier. Right? Take breaks when you need to take breaks. Your body will tell you, your creativity will tell you. So we're not saying don't take breaks. A part of going 120 is knowing when to rest. You need a daily routine. What time you go to bed, what time you wake up, what are the activities of the day. Now, Glenn, I don't have any empirical evidence, but I believe for every goal you have, there might be 1,000, 2,000 activities that have to take place in order for that dream to become a reality. I need you to identify what those are. I don't know what it is for you, but in order for me to do a video, there's a lot that has to take place in order for me to do a video. One, making sure that the clothes that I wear actually match the content. Making sure the environment I'm in is in the right environment. Listen to me, when we were with Rebel Sports this morning, we were unfortunately in an environment where there was a studio, it was a lot of noise, we had to do a few takes, right? While we were prepared, we weren't in the best environment because we had to do several takes. People ringing the doorbell in the middle of our take. Now that's kind of difficult when you're like me and like you feel stuff and you got to start all over again, right? So I don't know how many activities, but I guarantee you for every milestone, right, there might be 1,000 tasks. I need you to identify what those are. And I need you to do it daily. Because this is what happens. When you start doing it daily, there's a momentum that happens. And there's some success that starts to happen to your life just because. Now look guys, I did a couple videos, a couple voiceovers in the States, and guess what happened? Now I'm doing them all over the world. Right, got it? And so today a big one came out in the States during a football game. Goodyear, are you blimp worthy? Now here I am with a video releasing and I'm in New Zealand doing another, right? So routine, good, we good? Good, routine, good. So what's your routine? Now be honest, how many of you guys in this room already have a routine that you're giving 120% to? Raise your hand, you're giving 120% to that routine, no variation. How many of you about 90% of the time you're sticking with your routine? Good, 80% of the time you're sticking with your routine. Good. 70% of the time you're sticking with your routine. Good. 50% of the time you're sticking with your routine. Good. Here's a key. If you don't have your dad in your life, your mom got pregnant early, you don't have a lot of money in the bank, you don't have a deep network, you can catch all the guys. I could name all the top motivational speakers for you. And I caught them by using this routine. So I caught them. Right? So I caught them. I'm going to prisons. I'm going to elementary, middle schools, high schools. I'm going to small universities, major universities. This is how I catch them. I have a routine. And what I've discovered is that the bigger you get, the less you do. So I just did the opposite. The bigger I get, the more influence I have. I was just with a guy back at home with the Clippers. His name is CP3. He's a basketball player. He has about 5 million followers. So we were on together. He was like, yo, ET is the best motivational speaker in the world. So all my stuff went up, right? So immediately after that, boom, I'm hitting schools. Like I will not be outworked. So I'm the opposite. When my influence goes up, my work goes up, which means what? Now I can go into a school because I'm famous back at home. I can go to a school and I don't need to do any paperwork. I can just call and say, yo, I'm in Detroit today. I'm in Chicago today. I'd love to come to your school. And they're like, we'd love to have you. When can you get here? I can be there in an hour. We'll have all the kids in the auditorium when you get here. Right? So my routine is how I kill them. Listen to me. This is what I love about what I teach. It doesn't require money and you don't need a certificate. Listen to me very close. You don't need anything to have a routine, but make your mind up that you want a routine and that you're going to stick with that thing, right? So I'm not saying you have to get up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning like I do. I'm not saying that. You can get up whenever you need to get up, but you need a routine and you need to stick with that routine. All right? Good. I just want to show you. 2:30 a.m., 4:30 a.m. That's my spiritual, my personal time, my prayer, and my meditation. Every day it happens. Right? Every day it happens. I start the same way. Spiritual. I just believe that I need to be spiritually strong. I believe that, right? Now, I don't teach that to other people. I'm not telling you to be what I am, but this is what's important for me, all right? Number 2 is the physical. I'm hitting that treadmill, right? Stationary bike, push-ups, sit-ups. That's my thing. And now I have a prayer line from 5:30 to 6:30 in the morning. There are a group of men that I call, and we hold each other accountable. We talk about this is what our goals are for the day. This is what we need to get accomplished. And at the end of the day, we actually take what we've accomplished and we put it on a board, right? GroupMe, anybody heard of GroupMe before? It's an app called GroupMe, and we're all together, and we put all our stuff up at the end of the day. Can I be honest with you guys? I think I'm more committed to the accountability than I am to the actual physical workout. Does that make sense to anybody? Like, I don't think that I really like working out. But what I don't want is everybody's putting up their stuff and I don't have nothing to put up. So I think that I'm not really like into, being physically fit. I'm into accountability, right? So every day this happens. Good. C was teasing me. Where were we? Were we in England? I was on a prayer line, right? What do you call that package that I had? The blowout. Meaning what, C? Yeah. How many prayer lines do I hit? Why? Because no matter where I'm in the world and no matter how much it costs, I have to stick with my routine because my routine has made me great. If it costs $5,000 to talk on the phone and to be able to do that right there, my routine, that's what Warren Buffett said, richest man in the world. I'm in the room with 30 dudes and the richest man in the world, and he talks about his routine, how he has the same routine. And I'm saying if the richest man in the world has a routine, it's not rocket science. Seems like the routine must be the thing to do. Right? And some of you are losing. You are losing because you don't have a routine. You are losing. Listen to me, I know my wife so well that I know how much time I have to spend with her. I know how many days in a row I have to spend with her. She's an only child. It gets to a point where you're getting on her nerve. And now that she has MS, what happens is there's a coating on your nerve that's no longer there. And so you really, when she said you getting on my nerve, like she really mean you getting on her nerve. I know my wife only needs 2 hours a day. But it's 2 hours, very intentional, deliberate, focused 2 hours. Not on the phone, not watching TV. She needs you right here. My wife's like, I'm taking my nap. I need you. I'm like, I don't even like to sleep. All right, just hold me. And when I fall asleep, you can get out. And if I hold her 5 times out of 7 days, she's going to say I'm an excellent husband. If I only do it 4, she's like, you're a good husband. If I only do it 3, she's going to call C. C, he worked too much, C. What are you guys doing? C, you need to talk to your boy, C. It's getting out of hand now. He's spending too much time on the business and not enough time with his C. Hey, E, man, I'm going to need you to do 2 more days. I'm like, I got it, C. Am I real? Am I telling the truth? I know how many days it's going to take. And if I only do 3, I know C getting the call. I already know it. I have to text him, C, you about to get a call. I'm going to need you to balance it out. Now, I know she's right, but give me a little love, right? All right, so I need this from you guys. Then finally, 6:30 to 8 o'clock, my kids are at the university now, but when they used to be home, breakfast, iron my wife's clothes the last 20 years. I've ironed her uniform. She's a nurse. Last 20 years, right? So listen to me, guys. I'm winning. I'm winning. I have a blue, I guarantee you, the All Blacks, I guarantee you the coach don't say, hey, you guys are great. Just get out there and play. It's going to be a great game. Coach, what about the strategy? We don't need a strategy. We're great. Just go out and do your thing. What position am I? Don't worry about positions. Everybody just go, beast mode. We've been winning for years. We'll continue to. We don't need a strategy. Just go beast mode. It's not how it works, guys. They have this and you don't. Come on, page 2, guys. 8 to 1. Grind, read, write, school, gigs, meetings, quality time. My wife, every day she comes home, CJ, it never fails. We do what at 1 o'clock? Good. Let me tell you something. It's so bad, C got it. See, where did we go to lunch at? Just give me the spots. Outback. First of all, I love it because the Outback is an Australian restaurant that we go to at the state. It's like down under, right? And so I came to Australia like, yo, I gotta go to the Outback, baby. Let's go to the Outback. He was like, the who? I was like, come on, the Aussie onion rings. He's like, we don't have that. I'm like, it's gotta be. I heard the Australian accent on the commercials, right? So at least 2-3 times a week back at home, we feel like we're still in Australia. We're going to the Outback. Where else do we go? Cheesecake Factory. What's my favorite, see? Chipotle. Guys, I do it so much, it's a joke now. He'll call me at 1:15 like, where you at? The Outback. I'm like, yep. He's like, yo, you keeping that place alive. You know they would close if it wasn't for you, right? So guys, I need it. This is why most of you are losing in certain areas, because you don't have this. One, you don't have meaning attached, you don't have value, and you don't have your schedule. I need you to get your schedule, all right? Come on, simple stuff. I'm not real smart. I'm not a real school smart guy. But watch this. This is the second thing or third thing of how we blew up. Not only do we know what our sweet spot is, we hit the same spot every single day. This is the beauty of a routine. Now, this is what I'm telling you. You cannot bring a tree down by hitting it 1,000 times. If you hit a tree 1,000 times, there's no guarantee it's gonna fall. What do you mean by that, Eric? If you hit a tree 1,000 times in 1,000 different spots, the tree is not gonna fall. But if you hit a tree 1,000 times in that same exact spot, she's gonna come to the ground. Your problem is you did hit it 1,000 times, but in 1,000 different places. What makes us unique is that we do the same thing every Monday you get in TGIM. Every Thursday you get in our podcast. Are you hearing me? It's the same stuff. We hitting the same spot every day. And even when you're not real smart and you're not that deep, guess what? You can still bring the tree down by hitting the exact same spot. When you see me on the road, I got the same outfit. I'm so bad, I wear the exact same outfits. Only thing might change is my shoes. I got the same hat, I got the same shirt, I got the same short, I got the same. My wife said, are you still wearing them same shorts? I said, absolutely. She said, how many pairs do you have? I said, 1. I just wash. I need you to do me a huge favor, stop trying to be deep. I need you to do the exact same thing every single day for the next 10, 15, 20 years and watch that tree come down. And watch you go from 0 to a multi-million-dollar company, to working with the top NFL teams, which is our football league, the top NBA teams doing commercials. Nothing's changed, guys. I'm doing the exact same thing I was doing 20 years ago. I just keep doing it. So you got like a 4-cylinder, you got a 6-cylinder, you got an 8-cylinder. I hear there's even a 12-cylinder, right? What's the difference between a 4-cylinder, 6-cylinder, 8-cylinder? What's the difference? Say it again. That's deep. Yeah, yep, that's deep, right? Power, I like that, right? And so when you think about power, what can you do with power? A whole bunch of stuff, right? So what happens then is, based on what you tell me, that's going to determine what kind of engine you're working with. So we all got skill. Everybody, like, what position do you play? Good. Give me the average, like height for a center. 6'10", give me some dimensions. 6'10", 7'2" wingspan. Good. What about weight? Good. So the average dude that's playing center, he ain't 6'4". If he's 6'4", he ain't doing what? He's not playing center. So every center pretty much looks alike. So what's the difference between What's the difference between the centers? That's the difference between two dudes who playing center. If y'all both got the same skill set, what's gonna separate you is the will. That's what's gonna separate you. And will is power. So everybody got the same skill set, but what separates you is the will. That's what separates you. That's when you got two dogs that come up against each other, somebody gotta take an L and somebody taking a W, right? So first quarter, first half, second half, that's what happened. So then how do we create power? We create power by our drive, by our engine. That's how we create power. So that's why I ask you, what do you want? Now, I'm gonna be real. I ain't got no reason to lie to y'all. The average person that I talk to say championship, and they say NBA. Y'all, you said something deeper than that. Matter of fact, bro, you really said it. The average dude that's in the league don't even want to be in the league, bro. The average dude in the league ain't trying to play 82 games, right? What else is he not trying to do? Let's be real. 82 games. What else is he not trying to do? What are some of you not trying to do? You love the game, but what are you not trying to do? I'm not trying to go to recovery. Bottom line, I don't feel like being in recovery. What else? Workouts, good. What else? Travel, what else? Say it again. Practice, film, weight. You feel what I'm saying? Like, let's just keep it 100, bro. Most of us ain't trying to do that. You feel me? So when cats say, I want to go to the NBA, no, you don't. You want to take care of your mama. That's what you want to do. Because if you can make $40 million without going to the league and make $40 million going to some school every day, helping a group of kids, and you can get up and go whenever you wanted to. You can do 1 day a week, 2 days a week, go train them. Which one would you do? The league for 82 games, practice, injury, travel. Which one would you take? Same 40 mil. Going to the kids. It ain't rocket science. So let's be 100. Most of us ain't trying to do this. Right? So if we're not trying to do it, what happens is when you do it the first half, you do it a little bit, maybe a little lot, then you get the second half, then it get hard, then you quit. You're like, I ain't trying to do this. Now you might not say you quitting, but you're not giving 120%. Does that make sense? All right, so let's do this. Y'all got to be fair. And one of y'all tell the truth. How many of you have been in the game and somewhere in the game, you lost interest in the game? Just be honest. One person, you played the game and you lost interest. Let me see your hands. Just lost interest. And so when you lose interest, you lose what? You lose power. That's what happens. So you lost interest. You like, I ain't really trying to be here. So you lost power. So the reason why I'm asking you, what do you want? Because if you know what you want, that can drive you. So you say, who said they want to take care of their mama? Good. You want to take care of your mama. What is that? Where you from? St. Paul, Minnesota. Good. And when you say take care of your mama, what does that look like? Love it. Love it. So, and again, we're just going to be honest. It's a small group. How many times have you practiced and played the game and watched film did you really think about that and had that at the front of your mind? Bingo. I asked him. He was like, he ain't even miss mama. He was like, I've definitely not had it on the front of my mind. You feel me? So what happens when you put it in the front of your mind, you go from a 4-cylinder to a 12-cylinder. And here's the crazy part. The cylinders are in you, but when you're not interested, you go to a 4 instead of a 12. And what my job is to find a way to make the best you show up. Does that make sense? How many games do you play? So my goal is to make your will show up for 35 games. Because if your will shows up for 35 games, you're going to beat the average team because they just come in with what? They just come in with skill, bro. And they too don't want to be there. And they too don't want to practice. And they too, out of everything, which one you hate the most? Let's be real. Which one, out of what you have to do in basketball, which one do you hate the most? Practice. And you got to do that more than anything else. Isn't that crazy? Like the one thing you hate, that's the thing you got to do the most of. It ain't like you playing the most of the time. You only playing how many days a week? 2 days a week. How many hours? 2 hours. That's it. You play 4 hours tops. How many hours you practicing? You can't even think. He like, I don't need, I just saw a look of disgust. My man was like, I can't even count it. So you see the problem we have here? We got a problem. We got a problem with you skilled enough, but maybe you're not willed enough. Does that make sense? All right, we good? Does that make sense? Good. So we got to ask the question, what drives you? Write that down. What drives me? What drives me? And every day when you wake up, I need you to tap into that power. Now, there are a couple things that drive me. So the first thing that drives me, and if you know my story, don't say nothing, but I left the crib at 16. The very first time I ran away from home. I was like between 12 and 13. I called my mom, right? Because the person that was raising me was 6'8". And as you could tell, I'm not 6'8". You feel me? I ain't even start growing. Like I had a growth spurt at 16, and you could tell it wasn't a big one. You feel me? Like it wasn't a lot, right? So imagine how short I was in high school. So people used to tell me all the time, like, yo, bro, I ain't trying to be funny, but you know that ain't your father, don't you? I was like, what? You know that ain't your father. I said, that's my father. That's not your father. I'm like, yeah, it's my father. Because if it wasn't my father, who would have told me? My mom would have told me it wasn't my father. She ain't never said nothing. So it's got to be my father. You know what I'm saying? That's my sister. That's my sister. So I think I was about 12, almost 13 years old. I called my mom one day at the job. I was like, look, Mom, just be real with me. Just keep it 100. Don't lie to me. Is this man my father? She was like, no, he's not your father. But I was going to tell you. I was like, when? Like 18? 17? Like, when was you going to get to it? She's like, I was going to get to it. So you can imagine when your mama lied to you about your father, like, what do you think happened between me and my mom's relationship? It went down. Why? Because I couldn't what? Good. And what do you think happened to the person that was raising me that I thought was my father? Went down. What do you think I said to myself? You ain't my daddy. Flat out. So I went to school with that mentality the whole nine. So I started running away from the crib when I was 12. I would come back, be gone 3 days, a week, come back. When I was 16, I left for good. When I was homeless for good, you're on the streets of Detroit, there's a lot of stuff that happened. Almost got shot a couple times. A lot of stuff happened, right? So I'm homeless. 16, 17 years old, started hanging out with my boy Bob. Bob started bringing me to church. Like, I'll never forget the first time I went to church. I was like, God, we homeless. What we gonna do? He was like, we not homeless. You homeless. We not homeless. You the one making them crazy decisions. So I remember, being at a revival. Like, I ain't grew up in church. I ain't never seen my mother pray. My father who raised me, I ain't never seen him pray. Like, we didn't go to church. We ain't do that. And I remember my man was preaching. He was just talking about, like, before your mama made you, God knew you were in the womb. Like, for real, you got to understand, I'm 17, bro, 16, 17. If my mom lied to me about who my father was, and my mom got pregnant at 17, I'm thinking I'm a what? I'm a mistake. So my whole life, I'm walking around like I'm a mistake, bro. Like, you ain't really want me. You got pregnant at 17 years old. I don't even know why you didn't have an abortion. I messed your life up. You messed my life up. Now I'm about to mess your life up. That's what I was on. I was about 17, started going to church. The pastor did this thing in Isaiah. It was crazy. My man was like, yo, before your mother knew you, God called you. And I'm like, ooh, that's pretty deep. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I like that. You know what I'm saying? Because if that's the truth, and I ain't no Christian, I don't really know God like that, but I'm hoping that's the truth, because if it's the truth, then it means what? I'm not a mistake. And if I'm not a mistake, then that means I was born with a what? With a purpose. I was like, let's go. My mom didn't even know. I'm like, let's go. And then the pastor, like, my man would come up to me every week. He was like, yo, E, did you graduate from high school? And I was like, nope. He was like, you need to get your GED and go to college. And I was like, bruh, how am I going to go to college? I ain't finished high school. He was like, just get your GED and I'll write a letter of referral, a recommendation letter. And I was like, is that possible? He was like, yeah. I was like, all right, bet. Started dating this girl at the church. I'll never forget, she was a year younger than me. She came to me one day. I was out of high school for 2 years, bro. My boys were selling dope. We were stealing cars off trucks. We were just doing some crazy stuff. And she came to me. I used to go to church every week. I never missed church. Wednesday night prayer meeting, I walked 2 hours to get there. I never missed church, y'all. Watch this. My girl came to me and she was like, look, I got to tell you something. I was like, what's up? She was like, do you love me? I was like, yeah, I mean, we 18. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever that means, you know what I'm saying? I love you, but like, what do you mean? She's like, no, do you love me? I was like, I guess. What does that mean? She's like, look, I'm going to college and you don't go with me. I'm breaking up with you. I was like, you doing what? She's like, I'm going to break up with you if I go to college. Now, I ain't stupid. I ain't go to college, but I know if my girl go to college, pretty little red bone. I know if she go to college for 4 years and I stay back in Detroit, what's going to happen? Somebody going to scoop her. I might not be the smartest apple, but I ain't stupid. I went and studied, got my GED, bro. Got in the whip with her and went to college. Flat out, I told the pastor, I was like, yo, bro, are you serious? Can you really hook me up? He's like, I got you. I graduated from there. I'm a pastor. I'm going to write a letter. It's a Christian school. They're going to let you in. Now, you're going to have to take like remedial classes and stuff, but I can get you in. I'm like, bet. Followed her to college. Got to college, y'all. I'll never forget. I flunked out. That took me 12 years to get a 4-year degree. But I remember the first time they had this Christian like program, and they was like, yo, E, they don't even know me. It was like, we want you to speak. I don't even know how they asked me to speak. It was like something called commencement or something. It was like for freshmen, and one freshman get to address for all freshmen. I got up and got on the mic and preached and was like, whoa.
Like, it wasn't even a sermon, but I felt like, just like when you get the rock in your hand, you got all them people in the stand, you got your family in the stand, they got the TV on. Talk to me, bro. When you in that mode, you out there doing your thing, everybody watching, how does that make you feel with that rock in your hand? Invincible, bro. What if you had a football in your hand? Or a soccer ball, how would you feel? You don't even know. But with the basketball, you feel invincible. That's how I felt when I got the mic. When I got the mic in my hand, I was like, whoa, I could do this. And so the first time in my life, I had purpose. So I started getting in the word, and that purpose, it drove me. They're like, yo, E, you got to say the word. Like, you the Martin Luther King of 2019. When I wake up, y'all, that's why I wake up so fired up. I'm like, yo, I am the Martin Luther King of this generation. Like, flat out. When older people don't know who I am, I don't be tripping. My man like 50, 60, 70 years old, like, I don't know who you are. I'm sure you don't. But if you was 19 and didn't know who I was, if you was 24 and you didn't know who I was, I'd have a problem. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So the NBA player, of course, rock with me. CP3 just did a shoe with all my quotes on it. This is my generation. The millennials are mine. I wake up every day doing a video, not to get paid. Don't nobody pay me to do those videos. Why do I do it? Because I got purpose. That's my drive. That's my engine. That's why you see me so pumped up. Because I wake up and like, God got a mission for me. Check. If I wake up, it's showtime. I'm like, God, I just need one favor. Just wake me up. Like, I can't do that on my own. I swear to, if you wake me up, it's a wrap. I'm about to motivate somebody, inspire somebody. I'm about to get somebody through chemotherapy. I'm about to get somebody who got a divorce back together again. I'm about to get some child that ain't talking to their family. I'm about to get them back again. I'm about to get some dude who dropped out the league to get back in the league. I'm about to get some girl who failed her board exam to take it again. Just wake me up. That's that engine. And so for a lot of you, for real, you a 12-cylinder, but you acting like a 4-cylinder because you ain't got no drive. And when you don't have drive and they making you go to practice, well, of course you can't do practice. But if you don't think about practice no more, but you think about who? So what I'm saying to you is, every time you get up and grind, you that much closer. So when you do practice, I don't want you to see practice no more. I don't want you to see practice no more. I want you to see, I'm about to cash my mama out. Every playbook, I don't care if you like the playbook or not. He just told you I was Dr. Thomas. I hate school. I hate school. There's nothing about school I like. And I went to Michigan State, which means that I was going to school with minus 10 degrees with 12 inches of snow on the ground. I hate school in January. I hate school in February. I just hate school. I'm a high school dropout. At no point is my degree hanging in my office. Is my degree hanging in the house? You know where my degree is? No, I don't either. That's how much I hate school. I don't even want to see it. I'm being real. Like, I don't even want to see my PhD. I don't even want to be reminded of school. That's how much I hate it. You know why I went to got a PhD? Because if I want to be #1 motivational speaker in the world as an African American, I gotta have all the credentials, bro. If I want to be #1, I gotta be better. I gotta do more. It's just real. Ain't nobody tripping. I ain't tripping. You hear what I'm telling you? So, bro, I hate school, but I had to do it. Why? Because I wanted to be #1 in the world. And I woke up one day and was like, yo, Tony Robbins making how much? But you know what I realized? I had a language he had. I'm not mad. So I didn't go to school to get a degree. I went to Michigan State to learn the language. And I sat in the class and listened to all them teachers talk. And I was like, ooh, that's how you say it? That's the word you use? You don't say teach, you say pedagogy? Well, pedagogy it is. Let's go. Are you hearing what I'm saying? I'll do whatever it takes to make 50 racks an hour. I'll do whatever it takes to feed my family. I did the 4-year, the master's, the PhD. I hated every minute of it. But I tell you something, I hate school, but I love freedom. I love having my freedom, bro. I love choices. I only fly first class. I was just flying private jet with CP3. I love options, bro. I love options more than I hate school. And at the rate some of you going, you don't like practice. Well, wait till you get a load of real life. I'm talking about maxing out. Listen to me, y'all. I don't play basketball, but if you watch my videos and you watch me, I will not walk out of life. I'm going to crawl out of life. When I die, I promise you, when I die, I won't have no energy left. Every practice, I don't want no energy left. Why? Because those other girls you playing, they young. And they gonna burn out by the second half because they're young. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna be there when they're doing it. This is what I love about life. When you look at all the other motivational speakers, I remember looking at them and I was like, ooh, they're ahead of me, but I can get them. Why? Because they ain't been homeless. I have an advantage when you homeless and eating out of trash cans. I flew first class today, right? It was so funny. I flew first class and I guess it's a small flight, so when they served our meal, it was like a real turkey sandwich. You could see other people looking like, I'm flying first class. That's wheat bread. I saw them too. I saw the way they was looking like, that's wheat bread with cheese. It's not warm. It was like I'm talking about like a middle school lunch that your mama would send you with a little small bag of chips. I murdered it. I was like, whoa, turkey. It was so much turkey, it was a cold cut. I took most of the turkey out, Lee, and just kept that much in there. I'm like, it's too much turkey. They looking like, how dare them serve me this? This is first class. I was home, like, let's go. I didn't eat like this when I was homeless. I didn't know when my next meal would come. Some of you, your problem is you can't deal with adversity. You look at adversity as something negative when it's not. Adversity is the best thing that ever happened to you. Why? Because when adversity happens, most people gonna quit. Listen, we're going into the fourth quarter. I'm working harder now than I worked in January, than I worked in May. I'm about to put it on now. Why? Because most of the people who do what I do, they about to get tired. My son is 23. Lee, I promise you, we had a layover, went to my mama's house. He slept the whole time. He woke up and said, Dad, I don't know how you do it. I went and worked out, did the hit boy, walked with my mom for 3 or 4 miles with my niece, talked to my mom, got on the plane, got off, boom, did a presentation. They was like, fire pit. They was like, best presentation you did all this year. I can't wait till the fourth quarter. I can't wait till the second half, because that's when talent goes away. All your talent gone with 5 minutes left. Your legs about to give out. So who wins? Only the person that can go through adversity, that's when you start winning. So that's why you need to practice till you burn out. So when you get on the court, you'll never burn out, and they gonna burn out. They gonna burn out. I'm telling you, if you see it, it's like the game goes up and down and up and down. And the last 4, y'all gotta go watch Michael Jordan when y'all get a chance. He would always take a break at about maybe 10 minutes. He'd come back with 6 minutes left in the game, and Mike would come in those last 5-6 minutes, he would kill you. He would kill you because he has so much energy and so much tenacity and so much strength. And listen to me, I noticed the Michael Jordan, and I'm old, so I don't believe in the Michael Jordan, LeBron comparison. And let me tell you why I don't believe in it. It has nothing to do with offense, because the way Mike played offense, he shut you down on defense. That's the difference. Mike didn't play one way. Mike wanted it so bad that he would put up 30 and he would stop his guy from scoring 0. That's the difference. He played both ways. How do you play both ways? When you're not playing talent no more. You're not playing with talent. At that point, you done dug deep within. Okay, I wasn't even supposed to say this, right? But I got to be honest. I'm going to give y'all one more. I shouldn't say this until I come back halfway through the season. Do you understand the reason why I beat most humans at what I do is because the last 10% is the hardest percent. That's the hardest percent, ladies. The last 5 minutes of game, that's the hard. Let me tell you what I mean by that. While the first 10% is difficult to get started, once you get started, it's something that's called momentum. The challenge with the last 10% of what you do, which makes it hard, is because it's the last and you spent all your energy. That's why the last 10% is the hardest. And you know what I focus on? I focus on the last 10%. And you know what everybody else focus on? They focus on that 90%. So I need y'all to do me a favor. I'm gonna need y'all to go to Coach and say, Coach, you're not being hard enough, Coach. We need a little bit more adversity. We need a little bit more adversity, Coach. Coach, you're being soft in practice. I know we girls and you think we can't take it, Coach. I know what it is, Coach. We need you to bring it home, Coach. We need a little bit more adversity. Why? How many women in the room love diamonds? Let me see your hand. You love diamonds. Good, good. And people spend a lot of money for them, right? Listen to me very closely. If you want to be a diamond, ladies, I'm not really into them like that, but if you want to be a diamond, the first thing they do is put it under the most excruciating heat that you can put it under. It goes through heat first. Immense heat. After the heat, now I thought that was enough. You take the coal, you put it under heat, and when all that stuff come off, whatever's left is the stone. That's not a diamond though, it's just the stone. So when you go under heat and you feel like coach to put you under some heat, that's just the, look, sweetheart, that's just the beginning. Heat is just the beginning of the process. So after the heat, when they want to form it, then they put it under pressure to form it. And then after that, it still ain't a diamond. They have to do what to it? You got to cut it. So the diamond that you see, there's no two diamonds alike, because when they cut it, each stone reacts different to it. I'm trying to tell you, you want to be a diamond, but you don't want to get cut. You want to be a diamond. You want to win a national title. You want to be a diamond, but you don't want to go through no pressure. You want to be a diamond, but you don't want to go through no heat. And I'm telling you, the best thing that ever happened in my life was homelessness. Why? Because when I took that PhD and that professor, oh man, my mom got so mad. That professor told me, coach, you don't write well enough. You're not a critical thinker. You don't think well enough to be able to get past this dissertation. I knew exactly what she meant. She meant I ain't had an IQ. But I had to explain to her, boo, IQ ain't the only way you succeed in life. I got that GQ. I got that GQ. And I ain't talking about being fine. I got that GQ. I got that grit. And so you know what I did when she told me that? I went to the library, y'all, and I read over 40 different dissertations until I found the one that looked like something I could write. I went in the library and was like, yep, she right, I ain't got the IQ, but they do have dissertations for free in the library. So we about to go to the library, spend a month here, and I found one like, I could do that. And I went home and I stripped it from top to bottom. I kept reading and reading and reading, and I saw what it was, and I said, I got it, and it took me 4 weeks. Some people could do it in 24 hours, turn the paper in 4 weeks and 6 weeks, and I would turn it in early, and she would give it back with red, and I'd give it back, and she'd give it back with purple, and I'd give it to her, and she'd give it back with orange. And I told her, you will not break me. You must understand something. This is a class. I was homeless. Homelessness didn't break me. You think a course you think a pedagogy 10-12 is gonna break me? I was eating out of trash cans. I will defeat this. And some of you, your problem is that every single time you come up against heat, you run. You will never be a diamond like that. You will never be a diamond. Every time there's pressure, you want to break. Emotional, get emotional if you must. Cry if you must. Get it out. But get your butt back up after you finish crying and put a time limit on the crying. You say, coach, I need 30 minutes. Go take it. But when you come back after that 31 minute, you better grind. Because if you don't, you will be stuck at that adversity for the rest of your life. Every single dude that I knew that was about it in business, they were disciplined, right? Disciplined. Now this one right here is spooky because I met a lot of men who were very successful financially, and they thought because they had money, they didn't have to be disciplined, and they end up losing everything. They end up losing everything. They weren't disciplined, right? They became alcoholics, right? Sex addicts, right? Didn't move with integrity. That's the one thing, man, I love about, man, y'all, man, for real. I'm telling y'all got to get with the right crew. When y'all hear Maul talk about getting up and working out, it don't got nothing, man, I promise y'all. It don't have nothing to do with like, I ain't following no man because he got muscles. I'm following Maul because he got muscles that come from discipline. Like I promise you, you call Maul, like, yo, Maul, the podcast, you heard the podcast. Yo, Maul, we want you to go see this. They try to, you know what I'm saying, get Maul to see his billboard that's out there. Trying to trick Maul. Maul like, I can't do it. They're like, we need you to come right now. He like, this is my workout time. Whatever you trying to show me, work out. I got to work out. I'm trying to get on this scale and be the same height, the same weight I was when I was coming out of college. That's discipline. I was like, you on a scale when? He's like, every day. I was like, that's my problem. How you been on the scale? How you been on the scale? About 5 years. I'm just guessing. I'm 189. You know what I'm saying? See, I feel 189. You know what I'm saying? The way my pants fit. 189. All right, let's go. Here's where me and my wife get into it. So my wife was like, first she said, you need more structure. I was like, in my company, I don't need no more structure, sweetheart. Structure ain't the problem. I can go show you a whole bunch of structure. I said, I got it, sweetheart. I'm not willing to make the adjustment, but I don't run the type of company where I want to get up every day and, what's the word I'm looking for? See, like I don't want to get up every day and be nobody's boss. Does that make sense? Like I don't want to get up and micromanage nobody, right? So the challenge is, at some point, you're going to have to learn to be disciplined. You're going to have to learn, if you say you're going to wake up at 8 o'clock, you're going to get up at 8 o'clock, no matter how you feel. Like you got to be disciplined. And to get to the next level of success, you can't just have energy when you got energy. I want to make sure y'all catch that. If you're running a business and it's 365, then 365, you got to wake up every day and you got to go get it. Why? Because if you don't hunt, you don't eat. So here's the deal. If you hunted in January and you got enough food for January, you don't get to chill February. You got to get up in February and go get enough food. And so what a lot of us do, we aren't disciplined. Like we're not self-motivated. We're not self-regulated. We need outside people to push us. And that's not how the Creator made us. He didn't make us for all other people to be over us. So here's what I told my wife. Sweetheart, if another human can tell you to get up and go to work and do what you're supposed to do, why can't you pretend like if you need another human, be the human. You be that human. If you need somebody to tell you need to lose 100 pounds, be your own voice to tell yourself you need to. Don't go pay nobody $50,000 to lose weight when you can do it yourself. And I'm not saying don't get a person, but at some point you got to cut that person off. Why? Because if you don't have personal discipline, you'll never get to the next level. The next level is not something that's far away. Like Maul said, the next level is execution is not something that we do, is something that we are. And most of us aren't disciplined. It's like you just go, like you drink, so you just go, you can't tell yourself, you know what, I'm not mad at you drink, but you got to drink during the weekday. Like you drinking in the morning before you go to work. He gone now, he's no longer with us. You drinking in the afternoon, you drinking at night. Like I'm feeling you like to drink, but like all day, every day, the weekend, the weekday. And some of you, there are things you like, you have absolutely no control. You are like a slave to you. You are a slave to your personality. You are a slave to some of your vices. You are a slave to some of the things you like. You are a slave. You have absolutely no control. And what I'm telling you is the reason why we fast from time to time is not that we have to fast, but at some point you got to fast because you got to tell the flesh who's in control. I'm in control. You're not in control. I know you don't want to wake up. You don't have an option. Get up. We trying to eat. There's a certain lifestyle we want. You think I want to get up at 3 o'clock? I put up a video. Nikki, I don't know what happened. I miscommunicated with Nikki this morning. I'm supposed to do the videos at 3, or either I give them to Nikki and then she'll do them. But some kind of way, I don't know. I must have went to sleep, woke up. I didn't know what time it was. So I sent Nikki what I wanted to say, and I looked this morning, I sent it at 12 o'clock at night, midnight. I thought I sent it like 10:30, 11. So when I got up, it was like 3-something our time. And I was like, shoot, I ain't put my video up. And I put the video up, and I heard something in the back of my mind say, oh, it's okay, you on vacation. I said, what? Oh, it's okay, they'll understand. I said, little man who getting up at 3 to read my stuff because he got somewhere to go, he don't know that I'm on vacation. He don't know that I'm here. That don't got nothing to do with his life. He don't know I'm in Mexico. I ain't posting no video. He don't have the slightest idea. He just know wherever he live in the world, at my 3 o'clock, he uses that stuff to do what he's supposed to do, and he's sitting there waiting. And an hour go by, he like, I guess he ain't posting today. Listen to me, I was so late posting, I almost didn't want to post because I was embarrassed. I'm like, I'm about an hour and 50 minutes, 2 minutes off. 2 hours off. God said, post it anyway. That's discipline. Well, I don't got to post no videos. I'm way past posting videos. Posting videos was something we did to blow up. We blew up. I don't got to post videos. I don't post videos to get motivated. I don't post videos to get inspired. I post videos to be disciplined. Get your butt up and post a video. Either you post it the night before to Nikki, and she does it, or when you get up at 3 o'clock and you do it. That's discipline. There's a certain time frame that I'm supposed to eat, and certain things I'm supposed to eat and then not eat after a certain time. I'm making money. I can eat whatever I want, but I'm trying to discipline myself because there was a time I did not discipline myself. You are not where you want to be, not because you need any more gifts. You don't need nothing else. You need to discipline yourself. You need to learn to tell you no. You keep talking about everybody else you can't tell no. You can't tell you no. You can't tell you stop. You can't tell you quit. You can't tell you nothing. You got to get to a point where you're disciplined. And what separates the talented, if everybody's talented, if everybody's equally gifted, what separates us is discipline.
All of us will be successful in life if we don't quit. I promise you other people are living. I was in, where was I? I was Brisbane on Monday, and I went into the store about 10 o'clock in the morning on Monday, and the store was packed. I'm like, wow, there's folks shopping. I thought I got there early. 10:30, everybody shopping. And somebody thinking, I can't do this. Somebody else is doing it. Somebody else is doing it. There are people going and buying cars, cash, so they don't have a note. They don't have that thing over them. And you looking like, how in the world can I do that? I don't know, but they doing it. There are people who are traveling and leaving and going away for 3 months. And you like, I can't take a vacation. They taking it. Why can't you? Human like they are. Listen to me. All men are created equal. Some work harder. Some get up at 2:30 in the morning. Some are willing to get on a plane from New Zealand and come Brisbane, speak at a school, speak that night, get up in the morning, 5 o'clock, get to the airport. Come on, go to Sydney, get up, Melbourne, get up, go to Perth, come on. Then get back up and then go home. Are you here? All of us are created equal. Some of us just grind. Some of us don't make excuses. Some of us don't surrender. Some of us don't give up and give in. What we do with the pressure is we say, I gotta take it, and I gotta take it to another level. I'm telling you, you can live. And I'm not telling you something that I read in a book while I had 2 parents. Something I read in a book when my parents were upper middle class. Something I read in a book. My mama was 17 years old when she got pregnant. I had no advantages. But I woke up one day and realized all men are created equal. I don't need none. I'm my advantage. You your advantage. Why are you waiting for somebody to call you? Why are you waiting for somebody to liberate you? Why are you waiting for somebody to affirm you? Why are you waiting for somebody to tell you got a dream or go? Why are you waiting for somebody to take you by your hand and give you what's rightfully yours? However much money you make, whatever kind of life you have, that's yours. So when you hear my message, the reason why you resonate with my message is not because of the words I say. There are a lot of people on YouTube and TV talking the talk, but there's a sound that you hear that resonates with you because I'm speaking from that pain. I'm speaking from every aunt that I had to bury, for every cousin that I had to hear. He got 50 years and I try to act like it didn't hurt when he only 19 years old. He lost his entire life at 19 over some stupid stuff. Every aunt I buried, when I took my mother-in-law into that hospital room and I prayed for her before surgery, not knowing if she was coming out or not knowing if she was going to die or not. And that's my wife's own, listen to me, she didn't grow up with her father. She doesn't have any brothers or sisters. Like, her mom is her life. It was just her and her mom. And my mind's like, yo, if my wife lose her mom, that's her life. Like, that's going to affect us. Like, my wife ain't going to be the same if her mom dies. You talking about getting gut. And so when I speak to you, I speak from the pain of taking 12 years to get a 4-year degree. I speak to you as a failure who had to get back up every single doggone time and say, brush it off and keep going. And so it is not the message alone. It's not the words alone that resonate with you. It's that I am you. I've been through what you've been through and I got up and I kept going. And so listen to me very closely. You're going to get cut. All that stuff you wrote down, you're going to go through some pressure. So if you ain't ready for that, close that up and say, I just don't want to have no dream. I don't want no dreams, no goals, no life. I don't want nothing in life. You're going to have a great marriage. You're going to go through some pressure. You're going to go through some heat. And then you're going to get cut. I'm just trying to give you the 3-part process because what's going to happen is you're going to see the heat and you're going to be like, well, I went through the pressure. I thought that was it. Like, that was phase 1. That's phase 1. Phase 2 coming, and then phase 3, and watch what happens. All of us will be successful in life if we don't quit.
And so you are this close to your dreams and goals. So I have to ask you the question. You have the information. Now, what are you going to do with it? What do you have today that you've never had before, and what are you going to do with it? I'm going to say it slower because it's the simplest thing I'm ever going to say. What you already know is why you are where you are. And if you're going to get to the next level, you're going to have to erase everything you knew about what you knew, what you thought you knew. I'm going to say it again because I see some people like, whoa, Eric, I'm trying to catch that one. It is the stinking thinking that got you where you are right now. It is the limited beliefs that have you where you are right now. You have a limited belief. I remember that I thought I could never do this, but only for people who look like me. I remember when I was like 19, 20 and I started speaking, 20, 21, and I would go to historically black colleges and I would kill it. And I remember somebody asking me not to do historically black, but to come out of my particular community, my particular way of speaking, my particular way of doing things. And I'm thinking to myself when I first got there, I was like, whoa, I don't know if I could do this. Like they don't come from where I come from. Like they don't talk like I talk. Like they don't have the experience that I had. I don't know if I have anything to say. And God said to me, you what? What? First of all, son, I'll never forget talking to Les Brown and Bob Proctor. Les Brown was like, yo, you the number one motivational speaker in the world. I wasn't even a number at that time. He said, you're the number one motivational speaker in the world. And I remember, I'm not going to say it out loud, but I remember how the conversation started. I actually named somebody that I thought was number one. And he said, how dare you say their name out loud and say they're number one? You're the number one motivational speaker in the world. And you better not ever say they're number one. You're number one. And I said, hold up, what? But I just started speaking. He says, no one on the planet is giving free information away like you giving free information away. Nobody in the planet loves people the way. There's no other motivational speaker going to prisons. There's no other motivational speaker talking to 12 kids in a detention center. There's no other motivational speaker going to schools and shaking kids' hands on their way to school and not getting paid a dime for it. Meeting them at 6:30 saying, good morning. He said, you are the number one motivational speaker in the world because nobody cares about humans like you care. He said, you ain't even charging. Boy, you know how much money you should be charging? Bob Proctor said, how much you charge? I was like, about 5, 10 grand. He was like, what? Bob Proctor said, what? I was like, 5, 10 grand. It was right here in Phoenix when you spoke together. He said, don't you ever do that again. No less than 20,000. No, you're not hearing what I'm saying. And so I remember I got a couple 20s, went back, told Bob Proctor, was like, Bob Proctor, he was like, how you doing, Eric? I'm like, great. How is it going with the fine? I was like, man, it's great. I'm doing 20 now. He was like, psh. I said, you told me 20. He said, I never told you 20. I said, no, less than 20. But your limited beliefs heard. Your limited beliefs heard you say. I didn't say that. That's what your past told you. That's what you getting a GED told you. Your biological father not being in your life told you because you don't value yourself. You think it's tough. I'm telling you, son, there are people in this earth that value you more than you value yourself. They look to you in a way that you don't look to yourself. You will not get what you're supposed to get until you value yourself and you kill all your limited beliefs. So I need you to do me a favor. Just write it down because you don't have enough paper, but write down your limited beliefs, and when you get home, I need you to address them. He said, Eric, I used to be like, God, I don't know if I could do corporate. He said, son, not only can you do it, you must do it. You're going to bring something that nobody else is bringing. And I was like, what do I bring that nobody else is bringing? He said, that message that you think isn't important is so important. And guess what message I was bringing to corporate? I was bringing, so you're a 7-figure earner, but you're not a 7-figure dad. So I challenge you. So I start going to corporate, and the corporation, come please, Eric, we need the message. Why? Because they're not doing well. They're getting divorced. And so it's messing up the company. Eric, we need you. And God said, son, don't look at what somebody else is doing. Value what you're doing. Don't worry about what they bring to the table. Bring what you bring to the table. And some of you are not where you're supposed to be because you have limited thinking. And I want to challenge you today. You're just as special as everybody else. You're just as powerful as everybody else. You're just as unique as everybody else. You're just as gifted as everybody else. And you belong in first class just like everybody else. You belong in California. You belong in Dubai. Wherever you want to be, you belong there. Somebody asked me the other day, Eric, you live in Michigan. Why are you buying a house in California? I said, because my wife has MS, doing phenomenal. We want to keep it there. What you going to do with your house in Michigan? I said, what do you mean what I'm going to do with it? You selling it? I said, why would I sell my house? Well, how are you going to have two houses? Because a lot of other people have two houses. Just because you don't have two. I'm not believing that you can only live in one house for the rest of your life stuff no more. Like I'm not hanging out with those people no more. I'm hanging out with the people that got a winter home here, a summer home here, and just want to have a home over here. I'm hanging out with them people now. Like, no, I'm thinking like they thinking now. I'm doing what they doing now. And I start going to corporate getting 50, 60, and when I don't take it, it's because I chose to take less. Because I get to decide. I'm running my life now. I'm finally in control of my life. I'm finally the boss of my life. Are you ready to be the boss of your own life? Are you ready to be in control of your own life? Come on, if you're ready, come on. If you're ready, are you ready? Are you ready? I'm being honest. Are you ready to be happy? Are you ready to have an abundance? Are you ready? I only got a couple people who ready. Come on, are you ready? Are you ready to get what's yours? Are you ready? Are you ready to live your life? Are you ready? Come on, are you ready to live your dream, to live your life, to live your best life? Are you ready to live your best life? No, for real, are you ready to live your best life? We're gonna do the hard work now. So here's the hard work. I need you to confront you. I took my pain, and I took my pain, and I turned my pain into an ascension program. I took my pain and turned it into a career. I took my pain and turned it into a 4-year degree. I took my pain and turned it into a master's degree. I took my pain and turned it into a PhD. Listen to me, I cannot stop what happens to me, but I can dictate how I respond. So I took my pain, and I became an international speaker. I took my pain and got a passport. If you look at my passport, it's stamped all over the world. I took my pain. I let my pain turn me into my passion and my purpose. I need you to do me a huge favor. Just write it down. We'll get to it later. I just need you to identify what your pain is, and then I need you to ask yourself what you're gonna do about it. Are you gonna let your pain break? Look, I'm not the only person who's been homeless, but a lot of guys who are homeless didn't turn into this. They had the choice to do it. You have a choice how you respond to your pain. And some of you in this room, for real, I'm just gonna be honest with you, you gotta get over, like you're getting wimpy on me. You're getting soft on me. You are not the only person that's been through a divorce, boo. Get over it. You're not the first one, you won't be the last one. You can turn that divorce into something. You're not the first one you're not the first one to lose your promotion and get fired. You're not the first one. You're not the first one. You're not the first one they let go of. You won't be the last one. The question is what you're gonna do about it. You're not the first one. You're not the first one. When my wife had 7 lesions on her brain, we did not complain. We did not cry. We did not give up. We did not give in. She won't be the first person ever diagnosed with lesions on her brain. She won't be. But she will be one of the ones who did not have a defeatist attitude. She will be one of the ones that will smile through it. She will be one of the ones that will still work through it. She will be one of the ones that still travels the world. She still will be one of the ones that encourages and trains other women. She is not the only one who has had a chronic illness, but she will not let it break her. And the problem with some of you in this room, you will never be great Because every time you go through pain, every time you go through a problem, every time you go through discouragement, you give up and you quit, and you do not understand that at the end of pain is your millions. At the end of pain is your reward. At the end of pain is your productivity. At the end of pain is your promise. So do me a favor, stop crying about it and use your energy to get through it and get on the other side of it. So I want you to look at your pain. Write it down. Don't be afraid. Write it down. Write down that thing. Oh, I got to get past this. I can't get past this. I can't get past the fact that my parents loved my brother better than me. They thought he was smart and I wasn't. I was a troublemaker. I need you to get past it. Glenn will tell you that this business is about professional development. Oh, I'm gonna say it again. This business is not about being the smartest. If it was about being the smartest, Glenn, you might still be where you are, but I wouldn't be where I am. Good. Catch number 2. I'm showing you catch number, okay, catch it, pain. Recycle your pain. You can decide the shape, the form, you can decide the product that comes from your pain. And so we transition now, What makes E.T. E.T. You've heard me say it before. I say it boldly. My mother was 17 years old when she got pregnant with me. I never had a mentor to help me in this business, ever. Nobody paid for me. I didn't have a sponsor. My biological father didn't come into my life until I was 30 years old. Took me 12 long years to get a 4-year degree. You've heard me say it. There are kids who grew up in privileged, affluent neighborhoods who will run circles around me on tests, who will run circles around me in the classroom. But guess what, boo? We ain't in the classroom no more. We're not in the classroom anymore, and teachers ain't giving out apples no more, and nobody cares about your little grades. We are in the real world now, and your talent might be talent, but listen to me, your daddy might own a company. You might come from privilege. Your mama might be rich, but you will not outwork me. I will get up earlier than you. I will go to sleep later than you. I will put in more hours than you. I will read more than you. I will grow. I will do whatever it takes. But if you beat me, there's going to be blood, there's going to be sweat, and there's going to be tears. I'm not giving it up. You got to take it. And the problem with most of you is you still operate just on talent. And effort beats talent every single day. I don't hire kids who graduated top of their class. I don't know if they can go through none of that. I want the guy who struggled. I want the guy that failed and could still get back up again. Your problem is your pain has identified you. Your pain has weakened you. Your pain has destroyed you. And some of you, as long as it's a perfect day, you operate in excellence. But as soon as the circumstances change, you quit, you give up. E.T., you told me, E.T., that if I wanted it as bad as I want to breathe, well, I wanted it as bad. You wanted it for 3 months. It's not long enough. 6 months, that's not long enough. No, read the story. It took me 18 years before you found out who I was. 18 years. I started doing this work in 1991. Didn't blow up on the internet until the 2000s. So what makes E.T. different than everybody else? Every year I just kept going. And I kept going, and I kept going, and I kept saying, one day gonna be my day. But you know what I'm not gonna do? I'm not gonna quit in the process. I'm not gonna give up, I'm not gonna give in. And the problem with you, you've not recycled your pain. You're still living off talent, and I challenge you. The average people live off talent. Phenomenal people live off effort. Effort. High school dropout, 12 years. Do you know statistically that when a person in a university does not finish after 6 years, they quit? Do you understand that there are very few people who go on after the 6th year and the 7th year and the 8th year? And every year I kept saying, I'm gonna graduate, it's gonna be my year. And guess what happened? The 12th year came. It was my year. Some of you in this room, you should be a millionaire right now. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Had you not quit 3 years ago, you'd be so much further. You quit. You gave up. You surrendered. You got the talent. You got it. You have the resources. You got it. You got everything you need. Catch this one. Some of you in this room, you're not where you're supposed to be because you haven't made the decision.
I remember praying one day. I'm out praying 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm talking to the Creator at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I ain't where I want to be. And I'm like, God, I ain't where I want to be. And he was like, you stop being a victim. That's why you ain't successful. You're watching LeBron make his dreams become a reality. You're watching the Black Mamba make his dreams become reality. If you put the same time LeBron put in, and I started studying, and I realized as an African-American male, I need to get a master's degree and a PhD in order to do what I'm doing. And guess what? I had to get up even though it was hard, and I had to take ownership of my life, take ownership of my time, take ownership of my day.
But what I didn't want to do is I didn't want to wear another man's armor because I didn't know if I could win the fight wearing Saul's suit. I needed my slingshot. I needed my 5 stones. So when you see this E slingshot right here, this E 5 stones. Why? Because what Saul didn't even work for him. So a lot of times we copycatting other people and doing what they doing and it ain't even working for them. But because you have a low self-esteem or because you need to be affirmed, you're doing what they want you to do. And I promise you, if I go out, I'm going out ET.
It's about freedom. I want to be able to get up and walk wherever I want to walk. I want to be able to walk in the neighborhood where I can have my hoodie on, Alex, and not get shot down. I don't run with people who count on me to put up 50 points. I run with people who put up 50 on their own. I put up 50, they put up, and we murder you. Look, Mike, that's why I respect Mike. If I can kill you, I'm killing you. I'm not giving you life. I'm not giving you no doggone game. I'm murdering you. If you can go and 4, you're going and 4. Mike ain't sweeping one team and then going 7 with another team. I'm sweeping everybody. Why? Because I'm putting up 50 every night. I'm not missing no free throws. I'm MJ. I ain't missing Jack. That's who I run with. My people don't miss assignments. My top dogs don't miss assignments. When it's their turn to do what they do it with no flaw. And then I get up when I'm supposed to get up and murder it. You putting up 50 and your squad putting up 12. You don't stand a chance. We got that dog. We ain't reactive.
One-dimensional players, no disrespect, one-dimensional players aren't in the league. One-dimensional players ain't in the league. What made Michael Jordan is he can put up 30 and he can shut your butt down. He can play offense, he can play defense. He can play 40 minutes, 48 minutes. And most of you in this room, your problem is you're one-dimensional and you're trying to hang your hat on that. So what? I'm the #1 motivational speaker in the world. Am I the #1 father in the world? My kids don't care nothing about YouTube. My wife don't care nothing about YouTube. So what? You're the #1 motivational speaker. Are you the #1 husband? When you come home, cut all that foolishness off and give me. Life punks you. Life punks you and say, do you really want this? I'm going to give your wife MS. Do you really want this? 5 of your aunts going to die of cancer. Do you really want this? You're going to lose friends. Do you really want this? Your mama going to be pissed when you write the book about your family. Do you really want this? Do you really want this? Cousins going to abandon you. People that you used to be like this with going to think you bougie, don't want to deal with you. It's a part of it, but I paid too much. If I was going to quit, I would have quit in the abandoned building when I wanted to commit suicide and take my life. I should have quit when I heard my voice say, your mama don't want you. Your own daddy don't want you. Take your life. I got through that. So why am I going to quit over a grade, an F on a grade? Why would I quit because I didn't do well on the master's degree? Come on. And so I'm telling y'all, you have come too far to quit now. You have invested too much to quit now. You have lost too much to quit now. Get a reward for your pain.
In 1984, he was the Rookie of the Year. Led the NBA in scoring from 84 to 93. 5-time All-Star appearance, 5-time MVP. 1988 Defensive Player of the Year. Nike contract signed in 1984. Those stats have nothing to do with the benchmark. Michael Jordan said that I want to help the Chicago Bulls have the same type of franchise as the Boston Celtics, as the Los Angeles Lakers. I want Chicago Bulls to be respected. When are you gonna get to the reality and say, this ain't who I said I was, and this ain't the life I said I was gonna have? It's time to stop looking at the stats and trying to make excuses with the stats, and it's time to step up. This is you, because you are worshiping who you currently are. All you want to talk about is what you're doing. All you want to do when somebody tells you that you're not doing X, Y, and Z, you want to remind them that you was the third overall pick. When somebody tells you what you're not doing, you want to remind them that you was the rookie of the year. When somebody tells you what you're not doing, you want to tell them that you was leading and scoring from 84 to 93. You got to remind yourself of the conversation you had with yourself. You got to remind yourself what you told yourself. Come on, before you compromised. You got to remind yourself. There are those of you, number one, the reason why you can't get to great, the reason why you're not habit stacking, because you're in love with good. And what I need you to understand is that the dream needs to be the benchmark, not your current stats.
The first level to success in sports, the first level to success in life. Listen to me, the very first level. The very first level is you seeing it like it's clear to you, like you know exactly what you want. You know exactly when you want it. Listen to me, you know exactly what it tastes like. You know what it looks like. You know what it smells like. Like before you really blow up, and you get success, like you literally have it in the palm of your hand without having it. And y'all do that little stuff about you gonna eat, but y'all ain't got no doggone motor. You get tired quick. You practice for 1 or 2 days, you wore out. You do a couple hours, you tired. But yet you competing against people right now, that's their lifestyle. And you think they about to let you take their lifestyle? Why? Because I got to stay hungry. I don't want to use titles that make me look sweet. I don't want to use titles that I try to keep it humble. I walk around, I don't even want people to know who I am. Why? Because I still want to have that dog. I still need to stay hungry. And when you got pride, it gets in the way of you being hungry. And you need that hunger. And I'm still fighting for something. What's going to separate you from everybody else? What's going to separate you from everybody else? Right? I don't know what that is for you. What are you going to do to separate yourself?
Shame on some of you. You need to stop now. You need to pray now. You're wondering why you haven't gone to the next level economically. You're wondering why you have you're like, God, why can't I find a man? Why can't I find a woman? God, may I declare to you that perhaps you are in the state of I? May I declare to you that to make the kind of money you talk about making, that I is not capable of getting you there? Oh, come on, somebody. May I declare and decree to you today that perhaps you don't get it, that marriage is not I. Hallelujah. Marriage is we. Amen. And so some of you, amen, you have gotten mad, you have mastered the I. Hallelujah. But you hadn't even started on the we. And there are realms that you cannot go to. There are places that you cannot go alone. There are things that you cannot do by yourself. Hallelujah. There are circumstances and situations. There are things that you cannot attract in the I. And some of you have mastered the I, but you haven't even got started with the we. Come on, somebody. Your problem is not an opportunity. Your problem is not God bless. Your problem is an I problem. That, yes, I can do all things through Christ. But where do you get a load of we? There are some trials and tribulations that you can't do on You can't, oh, come on. You are still trying to do it by yourself. You know what bothers me? Amen. I'm sick and tired of young men who follow me, young men who claim that they follow E.T. and they follow me. And the Lord has told them that the work that I'm doing on the earth, they need to do the same thing. And they're like, E, what am I doing wrong? I can't seem to get to the next level. You can't get to the next level because you're still on I. And even though you have a few people around you, you're still on I. You're not on we. Eric Thomas has never done a ministry on his own. I have never done anything by myself. I've always been in the we, and you trying to be like me in the I, and it's not possible. So you're not going to see the success I see as long as you in the I. You don't get to where ET is into the we. You don't see the people who are working. When you get up at 3 o'clock and you get that video, you don't see all the hands. You don't see all the people. Eric ain't doing that. You don't see what make real estate real. You don't see all the people that's working on that. You don't see Breathe University, all the people working. You don't see Game Changers, Cantus, and all the people that, you don't see it, Masters of the Game. You don't see Tay and the other people behind. You don't see all of the technology that's happening in the church. Jamie and Carl. I live in the we. You stuck in the I and wondering why you, I can is one level. We can is the next level. Oh, come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. Look, when I tell you, you're going to need to pay some tithe today. You're going to need to bless the Lord today. You're going to need to bless the Lord's body today because God about to give you a fresh Rhema award that you probably couldn't get if you went to a conference. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Go get your pocketbooks right now. Don't you take this blessing and not be a blessing. I'm telling you today, the stuff God going to give me to give you today is going to take you to a level that you've never been able to get to. Why? Because you still on I. You didn't put up a video that you done on your own camera and put it up, and you trying to see the success I'm trying to get. You know how many hands touch my stuff before it go out? Oh, come on, somebody. You know how many hands touch my stuff before it go out? You know how many people Chuck can critique my stuff, rewrote my stuff before it went out? CJ, you know how many people? Are you hearing what I'm saying? See, this is what happened when it's we. When it's we don't stop. We can't stop. We won't stop. We can't stop. We won't stop. I will stop. Yeah, you dealing with an individual, he gonna get burnt out. She gonna get burnt out and be ready to quit and give up. That's why you need to run with we. For those of you who don't know, but the gentleman who won the Boston Marathon, he set a record. But what you don't know is that the people in front of him weren't racing against him. Hallelujah, come on. Come on. I know you just looking on the outside. And the people behind him weren't running against him. The people in front of him were trained to be in front of him at a particular time in a particular location, and they're stretching him to go forward, and the people behind him have been paid to push him from the back. Are you hearing what I'm trying to tell you? The reason why you can't break records, the reason why you can't finish a marathon, because you're running by your doggone self. You're doing it by yourself on your own. And you will never be great alone. Even Jesus himself had 12 disciples. How do you think Jesus had 12 and you're walking around here with one, and because you are an I person, the few people around you, you pick because they're inferior? Yeah, you heard what I just said. I said it. You pick the people around you because they're inferior, because you're scared to have somebody pull you. You're scared to have somebody push you. I will never get you there. Yep, that's first level. I can do all things through Christ. 1, 2, 3, 4, but we can 10, 20, 30, 40. See, your problem is you have a mission, but you're the only person on the earth committed to your mission. You ain't got no juice, ain't no energy, ain't no power on it. You're trying to do it by yourself. And you know why you're doing it by yourself? Because somehow you've been trained or taught that if other people get in it, you're going to lose something. Let me say this to you. Can I say this to you? Let's just talk finances. Let's just say you made something, right? That could make you $200,000. By yourself, you're only going to make $200,000. But with a group, you might be able to make $2 million. You know what that means? That when you split it, you're still going to make over 400-some thousand. You know what the problem is, Jamie? You so worried about what they going to get that you're not focusing on what you can get if you had them in your life. You are so I-ish, that you are looking at it as what they gonna get instead of what are we going to get, and if we get it, then I'm gonna be blessed too. Oh, come on, somebody. And that's why you're gonna be by yourself. That's why you're going to die by yourself. Yup. That's why your name is not going to be remembered on the earth. It's going to be like you didn't even live this earth. Yup, because of your selfish, self-centered. I is one level. We is a whole nother level. Let me just say this to y'all. This week, guys, we had a conference where we was giving so much value away. Listen to me. We had one conference running, Rebuild of Finance. 30 straight days we were blessing these people with content. Now we shift over to fitness. Watch this, y'all. The Rebuild conference. I'm talking about we had over 1,500 people that signed up. We finished the Rebuild conference, and guess what? We started the Extreme Execution Teacher Conference. Are you hearing me? We're doing 2 conferences, not to mention me and my son are training people on extreme execution. Are you not hearing what I'm saying? Just before I got to church, me and Moose was breaking it down to a group of teachers. Val had kicked it before. Are y'all listening? Then we're going to do a baptism when we finish. You're not hearing what I'm saying. Tomorrow we got another group. We're doing so much. Why? Because we're doing it. You're doing so little because you're doing it. And you're so territorial. You're so scared. You know what? You're so focused on what somebody gonna take from you, or somebody gonna take this from you. That ain't even godly. That's the most satanic stuff. Satan worried about. It's enough when it's we. When it's we. It's more powerful than when it's we. It's more fun when it's we. It's more enlightening when it's we. It's more benefits when it's we. But you stuck on I. You so scared. That's why you don't have a lot. That's why that's why you are always angry. That's why you always confused. That's why you don't have no. You alone. That's why you can't break that glass ceiling. You by yourself. We. And there's a spirit in the earth right now that is trying to teach that is trying to teach division. The devil hates we. He seeks to kill, steal, and destroy. Wherever we are, the devil try to show up and break it. He hates we. I challenge you to live in the we. Challenge you. Yep, it's one thing I can do all things through Christ. It's one thing that what we can do.
Now, the second one, which again, I think is the most important one when you really talk about doing business, you have to be competitive. And for some of you, like, no, can't we all just get along? Can't we just do this together? Can't we just be on the same squad? Absolutely, but you got to be competitive. Right, so let me read it. Right, relating to or involving competition, having a strong desire to win. Not a strong desire just to make money, just to pay your bills, just to get by. I didn't make the rules. If you're going to do business in America, you have to play to win. You have to. Now they giving them out, but they ain't real. The participation boy ain't real on the high side. You have to be competitive. You have to say in your realm, wherever you are, whatever your space is, this is my space right here. I'm coming to get you have to be competitive. Whether you like it or not, whether you feel comfortable or not. And please listen to me. You have to get out of your personality. You have to do it. You have to stop doing the things that you love, that make you feel comfortable, that you want to do. And you have to get into a space where you got that dog. And let me say this to a lot of parents, right? When you say what's wrong with your kids, what's wrong with a lot of our kids is not that they bad kids. What's wrong with a lot of our kids is that we've given them everything they want, and we didn't know that while we was giving it to them, we was taking that dog away. You looking at your child like, what's wrong with him? You took the dog out of him. You took the dog out of her. Everything. They ain't got to fight for nothing. They don't got to work for nothing. They don't got to earn nothing. It don't make them bad kids. Ain't nothing wrong with them. They great kids. They just ain't got that dog. And as long as they're in our house, they gonna be all right. But when they go out there without that dog, you better not die too soon. You better not leave this earth too soon, because ain't nobody gonna treat them like you treat them. I'm cool with that, but what I'm not gonna take away from you is that dog. You're gonna have that dog. You're gonna learn how to compete. You're gonna have to get up and go get yours. I can give you the whole world if I wanted to. I know some of you don't feel comfortable being competitive. I know it don't resonate with you. It don't feel good. But once you start doing business in corporate America, capitalism is dog eat dog. Capitalism is by any means necessary. It don't mean you need to be evil. Even the word says, from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffered violence, and the violent take it by force. You got to be forceful in this world. Do me a favor. If you don't want to be forceful, that don't make you a bad person. Get out of business. It's not for the weak at heart. Watch this, watch this. It says it's a strong desire. What kind of desire? Come on, what kind of desire? Come on, what kind of desire? A strong desire to win or be the best at something. That's why you hear me dressed like this. You see me with the J's and hat. I tell kids, I'm from Detroit. I'm from Chicago. I came from this. You can do it. I'm number one in the world. I don't say I'm number one for me. I already know I'm number one. I'm telling them, I don't care where you come from. I don't care where you can be the best. I don't want you just in the game to be in the game. I don't want you just making money. I want you to be the best at what you do. So what your daddy wanted to know? So what your mama was a teenager? It doesn't matter. You don't need this, or that. All you need to be successful in this world is that dog. You got to wake up every day and compete. You got to go after it. Watch this. Watch this. Able to compete successfully with others. Write that down. Scale of 1 to 10, 10 being highest, 10 being the highest of, I got that dog. Be honest. Don't play. Be honest with, 6. And when I say that dog, I'm sorry. I don't mean that dog when something go wrong. I just mean you wake up with that dog. The bills don't have to be the, you know what I'm saying? Like it ain't no reason. It ain't nothing happen. You just wake up. You just wake up. Rah, let's go. I didn't always have it. I didn't always have it. I prayed it away ignorantly. God, can we all? No, sir. There's an enemy. It ain't just all kumbaya. Watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this. Compete success. Look, you can't always be the most talented in the room. It's obvious. I'm in the room. You can't always be like naturally gifted, naturally talented. But watch this. You can be the most competitive. That's different. Talent and competitive is two different things. That's different. Now my wife is smart, so I tell my wife all the time, like, I feel you, right? I feel you. But I said, I'm gonna raise my kids this way. Like, they need everything you give them. Two things I say to my wife. See, one thing I make my kids do even if they don't want to do it. You're gonna have to be a people because you can't make it in this world if you ain't got connections. Talk. When we walk in the room, you're gonna shake everybody's hand. You are going to be a people person. Why? Because I've noticed the people in this world that are successful are people who have connections and are connected to people. No man or woman is an island. And let me tell you something. If you want to make yourself attractive, be competitive. Compete. I don't care nothing about your contract. Compete. I don't care nothing about your coach. Compete. I don't care how your people feel about it. Compete. Why? Because people who are competitive are attractive. Everybody want MJ on their team. Even when he retired, they want him. The Wizards want him. He couldn't even hardly dunk like he could when we were they're like, we want Jordan. Why? Because he gonna fill up the stands. Everybody want to play with Kobe. Everybody loved the All-Star game. Everybody loved the U.S. Olympics. Why? Because you get to play with Kobe. You get to play with Magic. A lot of people don't want you on their team, not because you're a bad person. They don't not want you on your team because you suck. They don't want you on your team because you don't compete day in and day out. And when you playing the Lakers, you playing against LeBron, you need somebody that can compete. The reason why they love Bron, because when Bron dunked, he could go like this, but Bron like, They want to play with Bron. Why? Because they know when his game's set. That's why we used to trip home, who's the best of the best. And I don't know. I won't get into the debate. I just know people wanted to play with Jordan because they knew with Jordan is going to take it to the hole. He ain't going to shoot. He had that dog. Maybe he wasn't the most talented. Maybe he wasn't the greatest player that ever played. He was the greatest dog that ever played. I don't do stats and all that. He was the greatest dog that ever played. If he could take you out, he would take you out. He had that dog. I'm trying to tell you, we live in a world where people came here, it was absolutely nothing in America. There was no building, nothing. They came to conquer. They didn't come to play games. They didn't come just to build churches. They built San Francisco. They built Miami. They all had one thing in common. They were all competitive. There are those of you who want to do business, but you're not competitive. You have to be competitive to do business, and it doesn't matter how you feel about it. I mean, if you're not where you want to be, it's an adjustment you have to make, not an adjustment somebody else has to make. So the first thing I want you to realize is that your mindset, right? Your mindset is the reason why you're not where you're supposed to be. All right? It's your mindset. There's something in your mainframe that's wrong for this particular time. Now, what does that mean? Because some of us, we so married to where we've been. We so married to where we come from. So what am I telling you? As I've moved, my success has come from shifting the mindset where I was to the mindset where I was trying to go. You cannot be a part of change or going to the next level if you still respect where you come from too much. All right? We're going to break this down for a minute because this is important. I could have been blew up. Let me tell you something that I'm realizing now. Of all the things that God wants us to have, money is the easiest one. Money, it is so easy to make six figures. It is so easy in this world to make seven figures. It's easy. Like, it's not difficult. But what makes it difficult is that many of us are trying to go to a six-figure, seven-figure life without going to a six-figure, seven-figure mindset. You're trying to keep your exact same mindset and go into a different realm, and it's not possible. And the hardest thing you will ever do is change your mindset. Once you change your mindset, everything else is easy. So there are certain thought patterns you have that no matter how hard you try to get six-figure, seven-figure, you'll never be able to go there, because a part of being a CEO is being vulnerable. So if you're a person who wants everything already together, already fixed, you can't be a successful entrepreneur. Because an entrepreneur, I think vulnerability is probably one of the greatest things we have to deal with. It's our money we spend it, it's our time we spend it, and once we put it in there, we don't know for sure it's gonna work or not. I'm working on a book, right? And the young lady, and as I'm going through with her, she was like, Eric, the hardest part about working with you is that you don't have a demographic. Imagine the kid that was 13, 14. Imagine I wish y'all would have met me. I wish y'all had met me at 21, 22, 23 with the full daishiki boy. They think I'm playing. I don't know where's he at. When I first got to Michigan State, they're like, bro, you're gonna have to calm down. I'm talking about I'm coming to class with the Malcolm, with the looking through the window like what? And I'm talking about any means necessary, right? But you look at me now, and the work that I do is global. And it didn't become global because I became a better speaker. It became global because I started tearing down some of the paradigms. And so what I'm trying to tell you is, you can attract the female, you can attract the male, you can attract the business, you can attract whatever you want to attract, but you're going to tear it down if you had the same mindset. And even in my marriage, my wife would just argue year after year after year. Why are you so paranoid? Like, why do you think I'm against you? Like, why would you be married to me, but yet you don't trust me? And I said, yo, I never realized it. I got to go back to therapy. I was like, sweetheart, it's not that I don't trust you. I don't trust my mama. That's a paradigm. So if I don't trust my mom and I married you, my mom is the highest human on earth to me. How am I going to trust you if I don't trust my mom? And I don't trust my mom because she lied to me about who my father was. And I don't trust my mom because she told me she was going to tell me when I was 18 that we was going to talk about it. But I was like, Ma, you didn't. You let other people talk to me about it. You let other people tell me. So they told me their story. I never got your story. And so now I'm messed up, because if you can't trust your mama, you can't trust no human on earth. And so now God is like, you got to fix that. You can't be going in these environments. I'm blessing you with all stuff. You're going to lose everything. The highest thing in the world is trust. You don't trust people. So when my wife said, you paranoid, I am. I'm paranoid because the person that I loved the most, that I had the closest relationship to, lied to me about who my father was. And then when I discovered who he was, meaning that I know my grandma, I know my aunts, I know my uncles, I know my family, I thought he was a friend of the family, then my mom put me in a situation where if you go after a relationship with him, then you'll lose the one you have with me. But I want you to pay attention to what I'm doing. I want you to pay attention to what I'm saying. And then in your own world, I want you to do it, right? So I want you to look at the people that you look up to in your world. Look up to those people who you feel like, man, in this area, they got it. I don't have that area. And I want you to actually physically write down everything that they're doing. There are things that we do that aren't right, but because we do it, we feel like it's right. There are ways that we think, behaviors that we have. It's not right. It's not productive. It's not helping you and your family. It's not helping you personally. It's not helping you spiritually. It's not helping you make money, but you're not objective because it's you. You feel like it's okay. If it's wrong, it's wrong. And I want y'all to get to the point where you are mature enough to say that even though it does not feel good, even though I don't like it, even though it's not something that I want to do, I can't keep doing what I feel because it's not going to take me where I'm trying to get to. I have to be factual. All I have to do is emulate these characteristics. And if I can emulate these characteristics, I'm going to be successful. When I got in that room, I was okay with probably being the dumbest when it comes to economics. And I was able to sit back and ask some questions and learn. And when I left that room, I went to a whole nother level. Write that down. I will no longer bring my feelings to business. Good communication is the bridge between confusion and clarity.
But when I'm Eric Thomas, what up, what up, what up? It's your boy E.T. And welcome to another edition of Bring It From the Bottom. Thank God it's Monday. Listen to me, guys. You got to hear this. Number one, listen to me. Number one, I am giving you permission to be great. I'm giving you permission to be everything you were called to be, to do everything that you're capable of doing, to have everything you're supposed to have. I want you to have a house in California if you want one. I want you to have a house in Florida if you want one. I want you to have a house in Australia if you want one. Like, I was going to get my third house and somebody told me, E.T., like, what are you doing? I said, I'm about to buy another house. Like, my wife has MS and we need to get out of the winter and we need to get some vitamin D. And they were like, I wouldn't do that if I were you. I was like, well, you're not me. Come on, guys. Listen to me. You have to be careful when you hang around average people. All they're going to do is tell you what they can't do. And that's okay that they can't do it, but that has absolutely nothing to do with us. We can go from being homeless and high school dropouts to having PhDs, writing books, and becoming the voice of a generation. We can do whatever we believe we can do, and we don't need anybody's permission to do it but ours. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I am great. Listen to me, and I don't owe anybody an apology. I am phenomenal, and I don't owe anybody an apology. I am going to do great things, and I don't owe anybody an apology. I was created to be great. I was created to do great things. I was created to have great things, and I will no longer ask others for their permission. Listen to me very closely. So, in this journey, the first thing I had to do was to embrace my I am. I had to embrace that, no, I'm not a traditional student, but I'm a student nonetheless. That perhaps I can't do it the way everybody else does it. I'll never forget in the PhD program, a teacher told me, a professor said, you don't think critically enough and you don't write well enough to do a dissertation. And I didn't get upset. I understood what she meant. She meant that you're not going to be able to do it the traditional route. What she meant was you're not going to be able to use your academic prowess to make this happen. But what she didn't realize, number two, which is important, first, I embraced the I am. Number two, what she didn't realize is that I had average academic skill, but I had phenomenal will. I had average skill, but I had phenomenal will.
And so in order for us to have and be and do everything we were born to do is, number one, we have to kill the noise. We have to stop going to other people and looking to other people for their permission to do what only we can do. Listen to me very closely. It's our dream. Nobody's gonna see it like you do it. It's your dream. Nobody's gonna feel it like you feel it. It's your dream. Nobody's gonna be as dedicated to it as you are. It's your dream, and they don't have to understand, and they don't have to like it, and they don't have to do it. It doesn't make a difference. It's your dream, and you, my friend, have been given the task to make it happen, and you can't let anything stop you from doing what you were called to do. And so listen to me. I embrace the fact that I'm not an A student. I embrace the fact. But what she didn't realize is that I was going to go to Michigan State University's library. And in that library, they had dissertations. And I must have pulled down about 40 dissertations till I found the one that looked like something I could write. Don't listen to me very closely. Average skill, but phenomenal will. And I'm telling you today that there will be some roadblocks. I'm telling you today that there will be some haters. I'm telling you today that there will be some people in your family that don't understand. I'm telling you today, as you begin to take this journey, even as you're here, people are asking you, why would you come here? And why would you spend this kind of money? And why would you invest this type of time? And it's a scam. And why would you do this? And why would you do that? It's like, I just don't get it. Again, they don't have to. But what I need you to do is I need you to kill the noise. I need you to embrace the I am. And however you get it done, I need you to get it done. And so I went through 40 dissertations until I found the one. I was like, yes, this looks like something I can do. And I went through that dissertation for weeks, and I studied and I studied and I studied. And I looked at the patterns, right? And I studied. I said, okay, this is exactly how I'm going to do it. I'll never forget when I walked across that stage. I'll never forget when I got hooded. I'll never forget when the committee said, you passed. I'll never forget when the dissertation was done. I said, wrap that up in a gift wrap and send it to that professor. And let the professor know that no, I couldn't do it on your terms, and I couldn't do it the way you did it, but I did it my way. I did it my way. And I got it done. Listen to me, number 3 is important. Number 3, guys, stop trying to do it like they do it. Stop trying to fly like they fly. Stop trying to run like they run. Stop trying to talk like they talk, and do it your way. Watch this, guys. Watch this. This is so important. Like, you got to embrace I did it my way. You got to embrace that you're unique and you're special, right? And I remember when I first started speaking, and when people say, where's your shirt and your tie? I said, that's Les Brown. They said, where's your shirt and tie? I said, that's Zig Ziglar. I'm not Les Brown. They're all great. I'm not Zig Ziglar. And if I try to be Tony Robbins, I'll fail at best. If I try to be Les Brown, I'll fail at best. If I try to be the late, great Zig Ziglar, I'll fail at best. But when I'm Eric Thomas, what up, what up, what up? It's your boy, E.T. And welcome to another edition of Bring It From the Bottom. Thank God it's Monday. Oh, you didn't hear what I said. I can't be Tony Robbins. I can't be Les Brown. I can't be Zig Ziglar. I can't be the great Lewis Howes. I just can't do it. I can't be Sean Terry. But I'm going to tell you this. I am a great version of what up, what up, what up? It's your boy, E.T. Bring it from the bottom. Thank God it's Monday. 1, 2, 3. Ha! 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You are great. You are wealthy. You are unique. You are special. You are talented. And you deserve to have everything you want. You deserve to live your best life. You deserve it. And stop listening to the people who tell you you don't. Kill the noise. What do they know? Two things I want us to remember
is that you have a specific time limit and limited time. I want to start there. There's a time frame in which you need to succeed. It's a time frame. And everybody in this room, that's what we're here for. We're here to assist the program. However, now, like he said, I used to be here speaking, but a lot of times I wouldn't speak. I'd just show up. Because without my biological father being in my life, I understand how important not just presence are, but how important a person's presence is. And I wouldn't really come to the games because everybody came to the games. It wasn't necessary for me to be at every game. The stadium is packed when it's showtime. I wanted to be here on Monday when the fans weren't here. I wanted to be here on Tuesday when the parents couldn't be here. I wanted to be here on Wednesday when nobody else was here before the cameras came. So when the cameras came, I wasn't here. They didn't need me when ESPN was here. So listen to me very closely. There is a time limit. The time limit is 6 home, 6 away. That's the time limit. That's it. You don't, Michael Jordan, I like him, he's funny. But Mike said he never lost a game. They just ran out of time, right? That's not really the truth, Mike. You lost the game, right? You don't get extra time. So we got 6 and 6. 6 away, 6 at home. It's a limited time. And so in those 6 and 6, man, you gotta come with it like it's really only one. And that's why I get so intense. They say, E, you #1 in the world. Why are you still intense? Wow, well, because I'm #1. I got a home in Michigan and a home in San Diego. My wife got multiple sclerosis, so we don't need to be here in the winter. Listen to me very closely. I don't speak with the intensity I speak with because I want to speak. I want to make sure she never has to work again. So there's an intensity because she's sick. There should be an intensity because you only get 4. You shouldn't play like you get 8. We shouldn't be fans. We shouldn't be coaches like we get unlimited time. It's 6 and 6. Then guess what? It's a limited amount of time depending on your success. So because, man, look, y'all, I've been so successful. My wife, we're going to Dubai. She has to fly first class, has to, with multiple sclerosis. Then I found a ticket. I said, man, I thought 24 hours, Delta? There's a flight that goes straight from Boston to Dubai for 12 hours? I'm like, she need to be on that. I looked it up. It was $30,000 a ticket. I called the people and was like, yo, it's $30,000. They're like, yo, we'll get the ticket for you on Sunday. When you, listen to what I'm saying. When you're great at what you do, people treat you differently. When you average, they treat you a certain way. When you're phenomenal. So when Michigan State was winning and the Spartans was winning, I was winning. Every time we went to the bowl and I was there, every time we went to the Final Four, I wouldn't even be in the locker room and y'all win. They say, E.T., he must have spoke. I was nowhere around. When we win, everybody. I started charging extra money when we was winning. I want you to understand when you win, it's a limited amount of time. We don't have forever. We got 6 and 6. They're not gonna give us 50 years with this particular coaching staff. They're not gonna give us 50. But if we win, they're gonna give us 50 because we see coaches who win and they get to stay. That's what we want, like what Izzo's doing. We want the same thing here. We want a stable program. Limited time. We have a limited time to get it done. Game 1. And so what we need to do is support coach. That's why I'm here. I got a phone call like, E, hey, they want you here. Let's go. I'm right up the street. I'm 12 minutes away. Let's go. I got here at 4 and walked around. I was so excited. I got here at 4 and just walking the campus. Like, yep, 4:15, 4:30, 5 o'clock. Let's go. So #1, we don't have forever. Let's not act like it. We don't have forever. I'm going to die. That's the one fact that we cannot argue. I don't care if you're Republican. I don't care if you're Democrat. I don't care what you are. We're all going to die. And so I don't act like I'm going to live forever. So every opportunity I get, I murder it. We have an opportunity. It's a brand new season. It's a brand new coach. It's a brand new philosophy, process driven. I love it. I'm about that life. I get up every morning at 3 o'clock. And when I want to get up, when I don't. When I feel like it and I don't feel like, why? Because I'm process driven. I'm not feelings driven. Champions are not feeling driven. Champions don't get up when they want to. And please listen to me. There is a championship coordinates and you can't change that. You can't change that. And if we're gonna be champions, process driven. If you tailgating, you got to be on time. If you selling tickets, you got to be. If you open the doors, if you sweep, whatever you do, you got to know what the coordinates are and you got to play your spot. Because championship teams aren't just championship teams, they championship families. Everybody does their part. Process driven. Coach is going to tell us what we're supposed to do. And if we do exactly what he tells us, not veer to the left, not veer to the right, we're going to win the championship. All right, number one, teamwork. Write that down. Put that in your phone. Number one, teamwork. Let's go. Teamwork. Teamwork. Now, I'm a MJ fan. I'm a Michael Jordan fan. I respect Kobe to life. I wasn't really studying Kobe on that until Kobe passed. I'll be honest with y'all. I thought Kobe was a ball hog. Right? Anybody else in the room other than me, raise your hand. You thought Kobe was a ball hog. I thought he was a ball hog. Seriously, I did. I thought he was a ball hog, right? All right, write this down. Teamwork, 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 teamwork. What Kobe said that blew my mind, Kobe said, I saw you in practice. Why would I pass the ball to you? I thought Kobe was a ball hog till I read the quote. I'm like, Kobe, I owe you an apology. Kobe said, I watch you in film sleeping. I watch you in film dozing off. I watch you in film not paying attention to coach. I watch you in film on your phone. I watch you in practice. I saw you in practice. I saw you in the real game. What in the world would make you think with 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter and we down by 10 to the Boston Celtics, what would make you think I'm about to pass you the rock? Have you lost your mind? Have you seen me in film? I got there before Coach got there. Coach left and I was still there for an hour. When we lost to the Miami Heat, I was still in there practicing while the rest of y'all was in South Beach on the beach having fun. While the rest of y'all was drinking and with girls. While the rest of y'all was on the beach acting like we won. While the rest of y'all acting like we won. We lost to Boston in the regular season. We lost to Miami in the regular season. We might have to play them in the doggone NBA title. Y'all sitting here playing. And Kobe took the same exact shot. 3 hours. Kobe was in the Miami Heat. He was in Boston. He was in the Garden for 3 hours. He shot not 20 different shots. He shot the same shot over and over again that he missed. Because he knew he was going to get a chance again. He said, I ain't going to mess up the next time. Why would I pass you the ball? Some of y'all crying because you ain't getting time. What makes you think you deserve time? Just because you made it to the team? That behavior got you here. That behavior ain't gonna take you to championship. That's not championship behavior. So number one, teamwork. I want you to find the person in this room that is the model. I'm talking about, he is the model doggone practice guy. He's the model 120. He don't quit. Where is he? Talk to him, point to him. Who is that guy in this room? Who is that guy that he get there early, he leave late, he listens to the coach, he play every doggone down, he don't play no games? Who is he? Here's what I need y'all to do. I ain't gonna be deep. I need you to find out exactly what they doing and do it. How many games y'all got? I need you to play like them for 12 games. How many practices do you have? Don't do that. You need to know the number, and you need to know the hour, and you need to know what the assignment is, and you need to do it just like they would do it. Somebody answer me. If we practice like they practice and play like we play, what's gonna happen this year? One more time. We're not gonna get deep today, baby. We're gonna keep it 100. If we practice like they practice and we play like they play, what's gonna happen this year? Somebody, I like that answer in the back. Say that again. We're gonna have a team full of dogs. And I guarantee you, they ain't got a team full of dogs. They got some dogs, but they ain't got a team full of dogs. Champions are not a few dogs. Champions, Kobe didn't have a bunch of dogs. That's why Kobe said, I gotta carry the rock. If you look at Michael Jordan didn't have to do that much. Why? Because he had Scotty. He didn't have to do that much. He had Rodman. When he went 72-10, Rodman said, you ain't never gotta get another rebound. You focus on shooting. You focus on going to that hole. I don't need to shoot. I'm gonna give you 2 chances, 3 chances. Rodman said, Jordan, listen to me, Scotty gone, he hurt, Scotty gone, I got your back. Don't worry about Scotty being gone. I'm gonna do what I do and I'm gonna do what Scotty does. And they went 72-10. No NBA teams have ever gone 72-10 and won the NBA title.
I'm not better than them. I just get up at 3 o'clock, then I put up one in the morning, then I give you one in the afternoon for lunch, then on your drive home I give you one. I'm not the best. I'm doing stuff they ain't doing. Separate yourself. You playing against other teams and you doing the exact same thing other 18-year-olds doing, other 19-year-olds doing, other 21-year-olds, 20-year-olds. You doing exactly what they're doing. Separate yourself. I got on the plane. I'm still doing middle schools. I'm still doing elementary schools. I'm still doing high schools. I'm #1 in the world. I'm still doing a free program in Michigan State every day, every Monday. Why? Because I'm separating myself. This summer I put out free stuff for kids for 3 straight months. Separate yourself. 3 people, honestly, right now, tell me what you're going to do this year to separate yourself from everybody else that's doing what you're doing right now. Talk to me. And so one of the things I need you to do is stop being so desperate. Let me start here and let you know you special. And I need you to start acting like it from this day forward. I don't need you to beg for nothing else. Stop begging people for stuff. Stop. If somebody doesn't love you, they're not about to love you because you start begging. What they're about to do is manipulate you. That's what they're about to do. When people see that you have a low self-esteem, they take advantage of you. That we're not here to take advantage of nobody. Because if we do it the right way, it's gonna last forever. Okay? I just want to help you today. So #1, let me tell you something. Not only do I love you, God loves you. I'm not desperate, so I don't go looking for stuff. I live right and the stuff come to me. I'm not desperate. The right people gonna come to me if I do what's right. I was talking to a young man last night. He was like, I'm trying to find a woman. I said, just do what's right. Don't try to find one, just get better. So when y'all do hook up, she ain't got trash. It's easy to hook up. A lot of people have hooked up, but a whole lot of people have gotten divorced. And a lot of people have killed people in a marriage. A lot of people have gone to a mental institution connecting with folks. A lot of people got on drugs when they got hooked up with somebody. So the goal ain't to get into a relationship. The goal is to get into a healthy relationship. It don't take nothing to get in a relationship. That's why I told you, I know I eat on my own. I know, like a lot of folk out here, I'm telling y'all, be careful. They don't know how to make money on their own. They got to manipulate you to make money. I don't need no other human to make money. I don't need to manipulate you to eat. I know who I am in Christ. I know who I am. I was born with a gift. My gift shall make room for me, not manipulation. My gift shall make room for me. I don't need you to eat, and I'm not saying that in a bad way. We got God. So let me show you how much God loves you. God told me in my 1.5 years, 2 years away, as I was studying, God told me, you got to tell my people that they need to know who they are, one, and once they know who they are, they can be more demanding. It's difficult for you to be demanding when you got a low self-esteem. It's difficult. It's difficult for you to get what's yours. Listen to me. If you don't have confidence, you will work for your inheritance. Yeah, they missed it. They missed it. They missed it. Like when you got a low self-esteem and you hurt, you will work for what God already gave you. You just so screwed up, you will work for what God already naturally gave to you. And so I'm not here to manipulate you, but 2 things. 1, you gotta love yourself. 2, you gotta be demanding. It ain't black, it ain't white, it's demanding. And the reason why you not where you want to be, it had nothing to do with nobody else, is you got a low self-esteem. You stop believing at some point in who you are. And now you got to be connected to somebody else in order to feel like you somebody. Or you got to work to feel like, have you lost your mind? You think a job makes you who you are? You think because you make money that makes you are. So we're going to say it together, and we're going to keep saying it throughout my hour here. I can, I will, I must be demanding. I can, I will, I must be demanding. Some of y'all, you're a substance abuser. You got to start being demanding. That crack calling your name, you can't tell it no. You got to be demanding. That relationship that you know was to your demise. You so sick that you want to go back to it. You got to be demanding and tell your sick self no. No. You thought I meant be demanding to them. The reason why you can't demand nothing from them is because you can't demand nothing from yourself.
When you learn to control you and put you on punishment, it's easy to do it for the next human. I can, I will, I must. Be demanding. Be demanding. Be demanding. Oh, we're gonna get to it before we leave. You can't even say demanding right. Look, that's my whole message. It's just gonna take me some time to get you there. I can, I will, I must be demanding. I can, I will, I must be demanding. I can, I will, I must be demanding. You gonna get it, I can, I will, I must. When you feel it in your spirit, I can, I will, I must be demanding. I can, I will, I must, I must, I must, I must be demanding. Demanding, demanding. So say it with me. I will never be average. On three, 1, 2, 3. All right, some of you saying it average. You know what I'm saying? I will never be average. Say it like you mean it. 1, 2, 3. Good, I'm feeling it, I'm feeling it. 1, 2, 3. I will take ownership. We're gonna add that. 1, 2, 3. I love it, I love it. She got it. We're gonna do it together. We're gonna do it together. I will never be average. I will take ownership. 1, 2, 3. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I'm talking to somebody. I'm talking to somebody. We gonna get it out of you right now. We gonna get it out of you. We gonna get it out of you. On 3, we gonna get it out of you. When you leave this room, you will take full ownership. And the reason why I say it's my fault, even when it's not my fault, because when I say it's your fault, I give you power. I give you control over my life. And I will never give another human control over my life. It's my fault. It's my problem. I'm coming up with a solution for it. It's my fault. It's my problem. It's my solution. I'm taking ownership. Come on, say it with me. I'm taking ownership. Come on, I'm taking ownership. Come on, I'm taking ownership. I need everybody to sit down. Here's what I need you to do. If your father wasn't in your life, your mother wasn't in your life, you were a foster child, something bad happened to you, somebody verbally, sexually abused you, it's not your fault. But if you've been given power to those people, I want you to stand right now and take your power. Where are you? I want you to stand and say, I'm not doing it no more. I'm not giving nobody else power no more. I'm taking it. Where are you? I need you to stand. I need you to stand. I need you to stand. Listen to me closely. I'm not saying it's your fault, but it's your solution. I'm not saying you didn't do it, but you owe it to yourself in this country to let that stuff go so you can be what you're supposed to be. Now, I'm gonna count to 3, because there's somebody else, you got a lot of pride. And that's why you're where you are right now. Let your ego go. You're amongst family. Let your ego go. You're amongst family. Let it go. You need to stand because you're still holding somebody else hostage for what they did to you. And I need you to let it go. Where are you? I want you to stand right now. 1. Thank you. Thank you. 2. Thank you. Let it go. Come on, let it go. Let it go. Come on, let it go. Where? I see you. I see you. I see you. Come on, somebody else. Come on. This is just number 1. I got to get past this one. I got to get past number 1. You're still sitting. Come on, you're sitting. Come on. Let it go. Let her go. Let him go. They don't deserve that much power over your life. Let them go. I know they hurt you. Let it go. They only still have power because you still holding on to it. Stop being average. Average people can't forgive. Average people can't let go. The greats, we do whatever it takes for self-preservation. We do whatever it takes to be happy. You think I wanted to let my biological father off the hook? You think I want to let him off the hook? He left my mom. He left me. You think I want to let my man off the hook?
I was with my family my whole life. I thought he was a friend of my family. I didn't know he was my father. I know my grandma. I know my aunts. I know my cousin. I just thought he was a friend of the family. And I asked him why. He said, your mother said. I said, my mother said, how dare? No, you're right. My mother said. That wasn't the answer I was looking for. But if that's the answer you have, I'll take it, and I'll take the rest of my life, and I'll be happy the rest of my life. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, I want you to say with me, I can, I will, I must. Come on, I can. This is your life, not mine. You should be more excited about your life than I am. I can. I can. I will. I must. Get past this. I can. I will. I must. Hold on one quick second, because I want to talk to the successful people. You too can get past the success you're living right now. You're not finished. If you're alive, you're not finished. I know you feel good about yourself because you're doing better than your brother and your sister. But the Creator ain't comparing you to your sister. He's comparing to you the gifts that you have. He's not comparing you to your brother. No, I'm gonna say it one more time. The Creator is not comparing you to your sister. Your mama might be your mama like she killing the game compared to her brothers and sisters. She's the best in our family. That doesn't mean that the Creator, that don't mean the Creator is going, well done. You still got more in you. So I want you to say, because you're looking at them like, oh yeah, y'all can. We did. You must. No, you got another gear in you. So everybody, I can. I can. Because I'm capable. I will. Because I'm strong. I must. Because they counting on me. No. I was homeless, y'all. I was homeless. Are you hearing me? I must. I live in America. There are other people that are inspired by me. We can't keep talking about the people who lived in America in the early 1900s. We can't talk about people, Henry Ford, the Vanderbilts. We are the Vanderbilts of this time frame. We are the Fords of this time frame. We're the Louis Vuittons of this time. We're the Hiltons of this time. We're the Marriotts of this time. It's our time. It's our turn. Ford is gone. It's our time. It's our time for our family to understand wealth. It's our time to take our wives on a trip for 30 days and not have to worry about anything. It's our time for them to get manicures and pedicures. It's our time to let them live a certain life. It's our time. It's our turn. It's our country. Let's eat it up. Let's enjoy it. I can. I can. I can. I will. I will. I will. I will my way through every situation, every trial, every tribulation. I will my way through it. I don't care if it's cancer. I will my way through it. I don't care if it's MS. I will my way through it. I don't care if I'm struggling in school and I'm trying to get a degree. I will my way through it. I don't care if you fail the boards. Go again. I don't care if you fail the law exam. Go again. Will your way through it. Some things you can skill yourself through. Some stuff you gotta will your way through. There are some things that you're naturally gifted at. Others you gotta will your way through. I will my way through homelessness. I will my way through that GED. I will my way through that PhD. I will myself to 30 years plus of marriage. I will my way through to be a better father. I will my way through those books. I will. Come on, I will. Come on, I will. I must.